George, are you ready to show everybody where our new home is?
Before we show you, we want to show you why the Hales would we buy where we bought.
What did you say?
I said, Jeremy, I'm a huge fan.
George is out in the parking lot. Look at that. Am I on the naughty list?
Hell, every meeting. And you're gonna bring the police to remove me once I come in.
I didn't start this war with the neighbors.
But I fully intend on winning.
Here, I have anxiety over the roof. And I can't take this. I can't, sir, I cannot hear you very well. Not at all. I have to hold you up to my ear to hear you. Something is wrong. Can you please check your mic? I do not have perception of time. I don't have perception of date and times. I do not, and my brain does not work that way. My child just fell down. You are not a nice person.
Good evening. Yes, I'm back again. I told you I was going to be covering this tonight. Wasn't sure when, because, I wanted to spend just a little more time with my wife. It's a beautiful thing. Good to see you, Linda Lazier. Good to see you. All you other fine people, happy that you could be here tonight. We get enough people in here. I'll actually show you the original letter a little bit later. The original email that Bubbles sent me. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with this deposition. Because hello, Debbie. Hey, Song of Rain. Good to see you. Now we're going to continue on with the deposition like we were doing earlier, and maybe a little bit later I'll show you guys the wonderful letter that somehow got me involved with this guy. Oh, and I will just say that the after this initial letter, for whatever reason, he included all these other people onto it. I just don't have time for that silliness, I guess. But we'll just continue on with this deposition, because it is. I've got a lot of catching up to do. Man, do I have a lot of catching up to do. So I'll cover that tonight, and we'll make it interesting. As interesting as she could possibly be. Oh, thank you, Lily. I appreciate it. Yes, read by the Umbrella Guy, read by Larry. Larry did an awesome job at that. He was wonderful. And then so did Bruce. Yeah, that kind of stuff will get you in all kinds of problems. I mean, I can understand if Bruce wants to depose, the handwriting expert. That would make sense. But I mean, oh no, I don't know anything about that. We'll get there. We'll get there. So this is where we left off the other night with Dictionary Diva. Where did you? She hung up on him. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, here we go. Oof.
Doing this on my phone is going to be hard because people are going to continue to call me.
Well, get on your computer.
Then you wrote, "These two are hurting so many people."
I can't hear you. Just a minute. I have to see what happened. Can you please talk?
Can you hear me?
No, I cannot. It's not coming through.
Can you just answer my question?
I can't hear your question. I can't hear you. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong.
Hey, you can.
Do you also go by Michelle?
Yes, I do. That is my name. That is what I've gone through since birth.
You just heard me. So I'm going to ask the question.
I can't, sir. I cannot hear you very well.
You can totally hear
Not
him.
at all. I have to hold you up to my ear to hear you. Something is wrong. Can you please check your mic?
Hide that.
It's fine, man. Can the court reporter hear me okay?
Yes, I
I want to see the meaty chunks in your
I
head.
cannot hear you, so I'm trying to figure out what's wrong.
Hey, Sir Frank,
Stop
how you
saying that.
doing?
You hear me. We just proved you did. So stop saying
Sir,
that.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can.
It's like you're whispering in my phone. I cannot hear you.
Well, let's proceed. Let me get the question out.
I can't hear him. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, you
Dan, please
can.
stop talking. You wrote, these two are hurting so many people the same way, all for money from social media sites, correct?
What's up, Daniel Berry? Sports.
You'll have to repeat that with me holding it up to my ear. What did you say?
These two are hurting so many people the same way, all for money from social media sites. You wrote that to the court this year, correct?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
There are other people that he's doing the same thing to as he's doing to me.
Who?
Is that a
Russell Meeks,
Is that a
Mary
plug in there?
DeGroot, Don Severino.
Okay. Have any of those people filed cyber stalking injunctions against Mr. Hales?
They are waiting to see what happens in my case.
Let me get that. Let me get that.
And how do you
Let
know
me
that?
get that
Because they
hair
told
out of
me.
there.
How did they tell you that?
They spoke with me.
Oh, in
No,
person?
they spoke with me.
In person?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, Elka.
Do you have text messages and email messages between yourself and Jeremy Hales?
Yes, it is disgusting.
From a long time ago. Yes.
You have them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you have them on your phone?
Yes.
You ever seen maple
Okay,
syrup
that does
poured over
correlate to what
chocolate
I asked you to
donut?
bring. So I'm going to ask you to forward them to me during this deposition. I asked you to bring any text messages or email messages, either directly or indirectly, referencing or relating to the claims made in this case by you against him. So I'm asking you now, you just testified you have text messages and email messages from a long time ago between yourself and him. And I'm asking you now to forward them to me, please. All of them.
Yes, all of them.
Not forward all of them. It'll take me forever. I have
No,
to
that's good.
screenshot everything and then send them to you.
Okay.
You
Then do that.
should have had those
Because we're gonna go to
together.
the court. If you don't do it, we're going to tell the court that you didn't produce it, even though you said you did. You have it, and you don't produce it. You were given plenty of time to prepare for
Yes.
this deposition.
I had no idea. I don't know what a deposition is. I don't know what you wanted.
It says it
Oh,
right
you're
here, man.
finding out the hard way.
On the
Oh,
screen.
for Christ's sake. From now on,
Parts
I
of
plead the
habit.
fifth. I cannot go back and get every one of those
Yes, you can.
messages. And I can't hear him, and he's calling me a
You
liar.
have to.
So I don't know what to do.
So from now you've decided from now on, every question you're just
I
gonna
can't.
Can't.
It's
What?
like the speakerphone is not working.
from
I
now
don't know
on.
what the hell, how to fix this.
Stop screwing it.
Sir, I'm trying to figure out how to fix the speakerphone. I cannot
Oh.
hear you unless I hold it up to my ear.
Okay,
If I hold it up to my ear, I can't see the screen.
You know what? Why don't we do this? Does Mr. Cook have a cell phone?
I'm
uh,
not
uh,
gonna ask for his cell phone. Why is this showing me?
Excuse me, ma'am. You have two
What does
phones.
this mean?
Ma'am,
Oh my
we're here to
God.
take a deposition here, ma'am. Now she just hung up. Disappeared.
You want me to remove them?
Absolutely. Hold on.
Okay.
We're gonna try and call her.
Oh my. In your first two depots, she said her laptop was not connected to the internet. Then third and fourth depot it was working. She was on her typer during the depot. Yeah. It's a ploy. It's a scam ploy. You do this whenever you know you're
I am
your
trying
ass
to reload
empty.
the Zoom.
Okay, stay on the line.
I need the meeting number. If I stay on the line with you, I can't reload the Zoom. So which do you want
Well,
me to
because
I want
all
you
of
to go to
this
your
is
screen,
time, it's money,
Your
it's
messages, and
energy.
you can click on the link I sent to you in this text.
I don't blame
And I
him.
hear
I'd
someone
be
there instructing you. Is that
pissed
Mr. Cook?
do? Nobody's instructing me. You're lying. You're not hearing anything. There is a TV going on for the baby. Stop lying. There is nobody instructing me. I'm the one who knows about this, not him.
Who? Him who? That means
Where
somebody
is-
is there.
The message is from this guy.
Spoiler ahead. Real stiff drink after this depot. I'm going to be having one during this depot. Good Lord. Maybe a few.
Charlie, calm down, mommy.
Like,
Calm down. Now why does it want my dang name?
The court reporter, can you let her back in? She's trying to get in.
Let me see. I don't see anyone waiting. Oh, no, I do.
Sorry?
She just popped in.
Just
Okay.
came up.
good Lord.
No, meeting ID.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, unmute. Unmute, silly. I mean, I'm an retard, but at least I can figure out how to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can.
Okay, great.
Well, that's about time.
Right.
Got your head out of your nether
When
regions.
we cut off, you were saying that again for the third or fourth time. From now on, I'm taking the fifth. So again, when you say that, are you intending to take the fifth to every question I'm going to ask you today about these?
The fact that you have already accused me of lying and you are trying to get me to admit that I'm doing things that I have not done, I feel the need to plead the fifth until I get an attorney present.
I don't. You give that answer.
You have an attorney.
You took the fifth.
It's your attorney, sweetheart.
That's fine. I'm going to move on. And if you want to take the fifth, that's certainly.
Sorry, she's got bubbles.
Question. It's fine.
Yeah, just
I just want
just
to see
keep.
So you are.
Just
the other
push
question was
through.
again. I asked you. You said you had these text messages and email messages between Jeremy Hales and yourself.
I have text messages. I'm not sure about any email messages that they're still on my email, but I do have text messages. Yes.
Whenever you hide.
When did you last see the email messages that you had between yourself and Jeremy Hales?
Long time ago.
Okay, so
a year.
Oh, long time
right.
ago.
So why, if you weren't sure,
not a
why
long
did you
time
tell
ago,
the court on
sweetheart.
January 2nd of this year that I have email messages between him, Jeremy Hales, and I ever
Because
since?
I did, but I also have emails have shut down. I lost a bunch of data because my phone got destroyed. I've been through 3 phones in the last, I don't know, 5 months. Go in the other room.
Really?
So I will have to look and pull up his name and see if I have any in there, but I have text messages. Absolutely.
So when you wrote, I have text messages and email messages.
I thought at that time that I still had the email messages.
And as you sit here today, you no longer have any emails between yourself and Mr. Hales?
I don't know.
Well, what would you need to know to find out if you have them?
I need to look.
Well, go ahead.
I am, because now I'm trying to find the text messages, and I will try and pull up, see if there's anything on my email from him.
Okay, you can do that. If you find something, let us know. It should be very easy on a phone. You just pull up his name on your text message screen, and you have all the.
Oh my God, sir! I know how to look for them.
I just
I'm
said
not illiterate.
I believe you testified you were computer illiterate. That's why
I'm on my phone. I'm not on my computer.
Oh man. It's so difficult. It's like pulling teeth she doesn't have.
Are you looking? Just to make sure. Are you looking?
Of course I am. I said I was, and I am.
We don't see you anymore. Can you? Is there a reason? Except because you're looking?
Right, because that's the only way I can look for things. I don't know how to do both.
Good. No, you've learned how to stay on Zoom and look at your texts and emails. That's great. Good.
So now we shouldn't have any more excuses for your BS.
Check all boxes.
Oh, Lord. This is someone that spends way too much time in their emails.
I'm looking to see.
Email addresses does not prove.
I need to yell to him to call the sheriff, or we're going to be in trouble, and I'm not being arrested for this.
Down the ladder to really happens. Exactly.
We were told we had to be at the police department.
Stop looking, ma'am.
He's very patient.
No, I am not. Stop looking.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
You.
I don't want you to talk to me. I want you to look.
You don't need to be rude.
Yeah,
I'm looking. No, from what I can see, I don't have any email addresses anymore. Emails. I'm looking. I can't find
That's funny. Yeah.
What email address did you use in communicating with Mr. Hales?
I don't know. Whatever was on his thing, whatever he gave me. Whatthehales.com or something. I don't know.
No, what email address were you using to communicate with him?
I have no idea. I have changed email addresses a lot. I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, there you go. That's the problem.
What email addresses have you used in the last year?
I don't know. Whatever I have.
You don't know.
Now.
What's your current email address?
LIEnette.
I thought she's gone by Michelle her whole life, but her email's LIEnette? I mean, LIEnette.
Email.
That's
I'm gonna use
funny.
that email.
I'm not sure. Probably, maybe, I don't know, 6 or more months. Not,
And you
I
look-
don't know.
And you
Sir,
look,
I have post-traumatic stress disorder.
What?
I do not have perception of time. I don't have perception of dates and times. I do not, and my brain does not work that way. So I'm sorry.
Brain doesn't work that way. All right. All this post-traumatic stress disorder needs to go away. It really does. So sick of hearing that shit. You know, it's insulting to veterans that suffered, what was it? Shell shock. Being in a battle, like real stress, like things blowing up, watching your friends and acquaintances being just there 1 second, gone the next. And so people started using this PTSD as having, oh, well, there was stress. I had stress. So I just like, it's messed me up. That just needs to go away. Just needs to go away. Because it's a catch-all and people use it as a lame excuse. You know, I find it very disparaging to people that have been in war, fought, died for their beliefs. I don't think she's done anything for her beliefs because her beliefs change on a, by daily basis. Or crazy stuff.
Sorry that I can't answer those questions.
so
Yeah, you
you
can.
have a medical condition which inhibits your ability
I
to
have
act.
post-traumatic
Yeah,
stress
this is not gonna
disorder.
work. You keep on.
So if you have a medical condition, then you need to see a medical doctor, and it needs to be shown as diagnosis, or else you can't talk about it. It bears no relevance in a court. And this is why she keeps digging her own hole. All of this is her digging her own hole. Just
Interrupting me.
shovel it in.
This is what's part of the delay here. I keep telling you, let me finish a question. You have a medical condition that interferes with your ability to recall dates correctly. Is that right?
No, long-term
Exactly.
stuff. I plead the fifth. That's my, oh my God. I am looking, I don't find any, from between me and Jeremy right at the moment. So that may have been destroyed in my other phone. And that may be,
So if there was emails between you and Jeremy, then you can't prove that you did say anything between you and Jeremy unless he has proof of it, and then he can introduce anything that he wants to. Ah,
an email I no
Really
longer
cool.
use.
Okay. What about the
Nope,
text message?
found one. I found one.
oh, you found
Here
one.
you go. I asked Mr. Hales. Let's see if this is,
Oh,
it is to Mr. Hales. It says, can you call Landon? He's trying to reach you. And it was to Jeremy about, I'd asked Jeremy if he would be willing to give my grandson a job.
Do you know how to forward text messages to someone?
Oh, this is wrong. This is to a wrong Jeremy. Sorry. This was to my grandson's lawyer, Jeremy. Jeremy.
Uh-huh. God. She just said it was to Jeremy Hales. And then she says, no, it's to my grandson's lawyer, Jeremy.
So no, I don't have any emails that I can find at this time. I
Oh.
know I have text messages.
Then go to your phone, go to your text messages, and one by one forward the messages to me. And we'll talk about them.
Well, you can't just forward them. You have to screenshot
Yeah, you
them.
can.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
That's not true, man. You don't have to do that. You can forward me a message if you want. But screenshots, fine. You've given me screenshots already from your sister. So I'm asking you to do the same thing for Mr. Hales.
Yes, I know what you're asking me, sir.
Well, and you know, here's the thing. I still don't think they, yeah, not all the time though, not all the time. It's they don't, they still don't know how to treat. That's the disheartening part about it. It's it as much as they say, you know, we have treatment for this, you can alleviate some of the damage, but taking it away, no, it's always going to be there. It's scary. Hey, Roxanne, good to see you. You've been stabbed, beaten, nearly killed in 2 car wrecks when seatbelts failed, chewed on by 2 trained Dobermans, and don't blame my children. PTSD. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, no. I've seen it gone through some pretty horrible shit. Never been attacked by trained Dobermans. That sucks. I'm sorry. That sucks. I would not wish that on anybody. Lord. Oh, good evening, Stacy. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Let's see where the beginning one is. Oh, the rest. Okay, this is all I have.
Oh, true.
So let's see.
That's true.
How
They
do
would
you
try to lock them away.
forward it?
Good Lord. She is taking forever.
You're the 4713, right? I'm sending you everything I have. Just
Hey,
a
great.
minute.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. I was trying to scream down the road. I pause and wait for the bang.
It
Even
just
after
would be
20 some odd years of
it'd
seeing
be
it.
easier if the
Yeah,
little ones are
Oof.
done with a screenshot because there's no sense to.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine Dobermans would be preferable.
Ma'am, I think what you just sent me, you've actually included
Yes.
that in one of your posts, but I'll read it for the record.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
You wanted them, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Oops, that went to Jeremy Hales. Sorry. Something just sent to him by accident. I meant to send it to you.
Oh,
But since I
God.
was looking at his, I sent a screenshot to you and it went to him.
Yeah.
So hopefully you won't use that against me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Elka. I really do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Where the hell is
I had
the
a
number again? This is stressful.
a relative that was in Vietnam. My
Okay, that didn't
my
make
uncle was in
sense, so I
Vietnam.
have
He
to-
said he didn't see much. He wasn't in the action. He was on a ship
Doing the best
What
I
was that?
can here, sir.
off the coast of Vietnam. So no, you don't use PTSD as an excuse to be crappy to people. Getting help with your issues. I'm not here scaring people with your craziness. Well, I mean, I'm out here scaring people.
That's you.
I'm scaring people with my craziness. Because, you know, just in watching this, really act people. Ah, sorry to hear that song ring. That's
4713, right?
when I knew a guy that
Hold on.
like I said, relative sense, that came back from Vietnam and
Go back Here.
ended up becoming a truck driver because it was tough on him being home with his family. Just because
Did
of
I just
the
send you the one that says,
fact.
hello, I wanted you to know I've made it clear to fans messaging
Funny
me
with the
about your personal information that despite how you
Try to be.
unfortunately and wrongfully feel about me, I will not give them any of your information.
Hmm.
Okay, I guess he's gone.
Ah, yes. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's on rain. That
think
is
that's
rough.
it.
I mean, I've known people that have been in that same position, and it's a hard battle. Feel for anyone that has to do that, go through that, or even do that to another person. That I'm sure that that's not what they want to be doing.
And the Zoom is not here again. Jiminy freaking Christmas.
Ah, early dementia.
Wants me to do this and then it disappears.
Was then, this is now.
You need to call them and tell them that this man ain't allowing us to come. Are you there? Hello?
Ma'am, I just got your text that says I'm throwing off my page. Is that the last one?
Yeah, I think, yep, that's all I have.
Okay, so
All
send
right.
me 5 text messages. All right.
That's it.
I'll
5.
pull them up.
Right. Gotta put that stuff on a shelf and forget it to dust.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question. Well, now is your chance. We'll talk before we get to those messages. I'm going to ask you something. Tell us the first time you even heard of Jeremy Hales. When was that?
I'm not exactly sure when it was. I had seen one video of a storage unit.
Where were you up here at that point, or were you down in Southwest Florida?
Was in Northport.
Okay, so that
Oh.
would have been at least in when did you purchase the home you're in now?
2021.
What
I
month?
started looking at it in 2018,
What month did you purchase it in 2021?
October.
Okay. Did you enter a contract earlier than that? The closing?
We were working with the real estate agent and the 2 sisters, or whatever they were, whatever they called.
2 sisters would be the seller.
Yes.
At some point, you entered into a written agreement with the 2 sisters to purchase the property you're living in now.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure of the exact date.
All right.
I think the exact date that we signed the papers was the 26th of October is when we closed on our house. So it would have been the 26th of October, I think, that we signed the
Okay, but
papers.
right, but that's not what I'm asking. Okay, the closing is where you sign and you get the deed and things like that. I'm not talking about the closing. I'm talking about normally.
That didn't happen in a meeting. That happened all online. We didn't have a meeting.
Did you sign a contract online then to purchase the property?
I believe it was online.
Right. Did you do your closing online?
Yeah, I think so. There was no keys to turn over. There was nothing. It was a property.
All right. Did you make an offer online to buy it when you offered to buy it?
No, that was done through mail.
Mail. When you say mail, you mean U.S. mail?
Yes.
I'm okay. Did the sellers
Mail,
have?
it was mail or it was, yeah, because the Vincent guy who was selling it was far away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
All right,
confused.
so when you moved from Northport, when did you actually move from Northport to the property you're living in now?
October 26th,
And where were you living on October 25th, 2021?
Northport, Florida.
And when you first started Jeremy Hales was when you were living in Northport, Florida. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay.
So he was just someone who was had a YouTube channel, and you watched a
He
video.
did storage unit videos. I was watching lots of people that did storage unit videos. I'd watch Storage Wars. All I was interested in was the storage units. I thought it was cool. I mean, people finding stuff, that's neat.
Yeah.
So you watched his videos on storage units?
A couple. Yeah,
Just
not very many. I had a brand new baby, and at that time, I had tons of reptiles. We had tons of
Well, that's pretty damn cool. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of What the Hell's fans became fans of Jeremy, and I've talked to people that are they don't cover What the Hell stuff. They're like, oh yeah, I remember when they were doing the storage stuff. That's where I was first introduced to them, and they had no idea about all this other stuff. And most of the people that watch the storage stuff have no idea about the legal stuff, or they're just like, I don't care. So I mean that right there is where a lot of people now. What interested me in this story in the first place, and that's why I went back over months and months and months of content. Like if you go back to the early stuff that I was covering, I sort of wanted to see where it all started from, like what got them to this point. And there was so much, going on with Otter Creek that had nothing to do with her at all. She's like a small cog in this whole thing that was going on there in Otter Creek. Because initially they were going to go Otter Creek. They wanted to set it up as sort of like a centralized hub location where they could go and do all of the other stuff that they were doing with the storage bins, with the storage units. That's their bread and butter. That's where they make money, for What the Hales. That's how their money is made. This stuff here is how money is lost. This is a money losing object for them right here. I mean, had they not been videotaping their lives just in general, then just imagine you being in that position of I'm not going to record. Why would I record an interaction with a neighbor? I mean, that makes no sense. What's happening, Hot Stuffs? Hey, Rosalind Duke, how you doing there, sexy lady? His shoulders. How you doing? Good to see you. So it's just she had a yeah. I heard that too. But all of this stuff with her is what is really costly to the Hales. I mean, they're not making money off of them. They make money off of their storage. Just that's why seeing all this is like it's so crazy that imagine this is just a small portion of having to have an interaction with this person. Like nothing's
Tortoises. We had a full. My life was full. I didn't take much time for watching videos. I only watched a few.
Okay. Did you like those videos?
Of the storage units?
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun.
What did you like about Jeremy's videos about storage units?
Just the finds. What you find.
Yeah. Oh, did you find him interesting as a person to listen to and watch?
No, not really.
You didn't like him on YouTube?
I mean, they were normal people. They were no different than anybody else on YouTube. They were no different.
All right. So you come to Northport and you don't know him personally, right? At that point?
Nope.
All right. So at some point, did you ever talk to him personally?
A tree fell down across the road and in our yard, and he drove by one day and we asked him. He stopped actually, and I don't remember if he asked us if he could help us or if we asked him if he could help us. And he helped with a lot of other neighbors move the tree.
How did you know it was him? If you didn't.
Well, sir, because I recognized him. I'm not stupid.
You recognized him after watching a couple of videos?
Well, yeah. Yes, sir.
I mean, he's got. So, what did you say to him at that point? You first met him with the tree falling across the road. Hey, are you Jeremy Hales?
No, not right away. Just said we said hi. I don't know how that came out.
Thankfully, we do, because we have the email. She emailed us and said she was a super fan that just bought property across the street from us and begged for me to bring the tractor over to move this tree. Interesting how she states she's been trying to buy this piece of property since 2018 because of the health of her child. The child wasn't even born in 2018, nor was the property up for sale. She stalked us, verified that we lived there, when I brought the tractor over, then went to Northport, then put an offer in on the property. The timeline is all there, and it will all be presented in court because she's a stalker. He's a stalker. The lies coming out of this woman's mouth. It's plentiful. It's bountiful. Like a storm is all around me, but it's not over yet. We're just getting started. And yes, it gets so much worse or better.
Yes, what I'm speeding it up because I want to get caught up to where everybody else is. Everybody has already seen all this. I haven't. I feel so left out. I feel so left out. No, that's why it got so much faster, is because I want to get caught up with it. So and her just, she can be annoying. So I'm trying to get through a couple of these every day. So thought it was your phone. No, it's me. It's me. And so this way I can comment on the stuff as it comes up. All right. I'm double checking. All right, here we go. I'm just double checking, make sure I got it.
There was another man there who I don't know who that was.
Yeah, we
There
already
were
saw
several
all
people there
that.
that were helping us with the tree.
When was that? You talking to again? Who are you talking to? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The question is, you said you didn't know if you sent him an email saying you were a fan and asking him to move the tree with a tractor, right?
I don't know if I sent him an email or not. I have no idea.
Oh,
You don't
my.
deny that you did send him an email saying you were a fan and would you please use this tractor to remove the tree
That
on
actually
your property,
sounds
right?
better.
I have
Yeah.
no idea if I said I was a fan or not. I have no idea.
Right. So you don't deny that you did, right? It's possible you did. You just don't remember, right?
Yeah, you're nice.
I don't
You
know.
have to look at her.
You don't know? It's possible. So you're denying it. You're saying no way that you sent him an email, right? Man, who are you talking to again? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, there she went again.
plead
I
the
saw
fifth.
this one. Let's see. I want to get caught up.
All right. And you said that she was a drug addict? How do you know that?
Agent
Okay.
to be in Florida, and it on them. That's when I first met them.
So when you say them,
right.
you're saying
Here
to
we
us that day that you asked Mr. Hales to remove the tree from your property was the first day you had met those three people that you just mentioned, right?
Except for Jamie. I knew Jamie. But
What's
all
Jamie?
the rest, Johnson.
All right. How long have you known Jamie Johnson?
I've known her for several months over the internet.
Thank you. Thank
Several
you. I
months even
appreciate it.
today? You only know her several months now?
Now I've known her about a year and a half.
It does look like it'll burst.
So you met,
Not to-
her name is Jamie Johnson?
Yes.
What's her phone number?
I no longer have her phone number. She changed her number and I don't have it.
How do you
Maybe
communicate with her?
she
I do not communicate with her anymore.
Why
doesn't
not?
want to communicate with you.
Because she did drugs on my property and brought a stolen trailer to my home.
Ooh.
How did you know the trailer was stolen?
She made a very strange comment that she needed to get with a lady to make a title. And I said, you don't make titles. And
Yeah,
so
we saw that
I decided
video.
to run the VIN number through the sheriff's department. And at first they ran it only in Florida and it came back fine. But after we hung up, he ran it in other states and they found out the trailer was stolen.
Mhm.
And then you told the sheriff that?
No, the sheriff told me that.
Did the sheriff come to your property or did you contact
Yes,
him?
he did. He confiscated the trailer.
Did you contact the sheriff first about that trailer or they contacted you first?
I contacted trailer to run the VIN or the sheriff to run the VIN number.
When was that? When was the last time you
She
spoke?
wanted to buy it.
I don't know what month it was. I don't know.
Was it before or after you filed against Jeremy for a injunction?
I filed in September. I think it was before that. I'm not sure what month she was here. I don't know. I don't know.
And you met her, you said online while you were living in Northport, Florida, right? And this is Jamie Johnson, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And she happened to be driving by when you
No, I met her. I just said, sir, I met her online.
Okay, I know what you said.
She was an advocate against CPS corruption or whatever you call it. People taking children's kids for no reason. And I met her in that way.
Ah.
She was an advocate.
Right, but how did she wind up being there that day?
My house.
On your property?
She
That's
told me that Jeremy had contacted her and asked her to get a hold of me and come check on my daughter Harley because Jeremy told her that I was abusing my daughter. So
Mhm.
she asked if she could come and stay after she dropped her children off at their father's in Ocala. And I told her yes.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the day you said she was when the tree fell on your property. How did she wind up being there that day?
She had came with us that day to look at the property and be on the property. We were given permission
That
by
sounds about
the
right,
three
Cass.
sisters or two sisters or whatever it
Sounds
was,
about right.
and the real estate agent to be on the property and start cleaning it up.
Here we can see LIEnette knows when she's lying and when she's telling the truth, because she finally did just tell the truth that she didn't own the property. She had permission by the property owners to be on the property. She did not have permission to have me on the property with a tractor. There are those that think she's so delusional, so mentally insane that she believes her own lies. Again, she just proved she does not believe her own lies. She knows when she's lying and she knows when she's telling the truth. Now, let's even dig
That's
into
true.
this jamster, Jamie, the godmother that she only knew for months over the internet, who is the godmother who you just physically met for the first time, who, by the way, who's an advocate against CPS because she lost her kids again. Yes, again.
Oh,
Now, if LIEnette, in all of her statements, doesn't scream mentally insane and unsafe for a child, I don't know what does.
well,
So she came with us. We drove there to
I've seen some
Look to-
worse.
be on the property.
I've known much
From North-
worse.
Yes.
Who was
So
in the car?
I
You say we drove. Who was it that drove?
John Cook, myself, and Jamie Johnson, and my little girl.
And who was
A
driving?
girl drives?
Who was driving? I
Yes, ma'am.
suppose, I don't know if I was or if John was. I don't know.
All right.
Ex
So
husband driving? Just
And when-
seems
and so-
weird.
you said you asked Jamie Johnson to leave your property.
I mean, we
with a
know
stolen
why.
car or stolen camper, and you said that she was a drug addict. How do you know that?
Because she done drugs while she was here. She all of a sudden she started acting like a crazy person, and she had been gone for several days, hanging out with the known drug addict on the corner.
How do you know
And
that?
when you come to me and tell me that there's little people living in the walls of your camper, and I need to come look really quick, hurry up, I got to find them. Yeah, you're doing. She had done it before.
She could have been doing it. She could be on a prescription medication. Have that and say that to you, right?
No, she had been an addict prior, and I know the symptoms of.
How do you
And
know?
I know, also, I spoke with the guy, and he told me that he did not.
Who? Which guy? What are you talking about?
His name is Kenny.
Wait a minute. Time out. Kenny.
You killed Kenny?
Who's Kenny?
Kenny's a neighbor, lives on the corner. Jeremy knows him well.
How
He's done
long-
videos of him.
Oh my God. No, I
how
don't
long
want to
did
look
she
up your
stay on the
nose.
property before you discovered she felt
Stop.
I think she was there 3 weeks. The first 2 weeks, she fought with her boyfriend that she
Booger
brought with
sugar.
her, so I made him leave. And then I started noticing that things weren't right with her. Sweating a lot. She wouldn't sleep. She never slept. They didn't go to bed ever.
Did you sleep?
Yes, I did.
How do you know that they weren't sleeping while you were sleeping?
Well, because we'd get woke up all night long to loud music, to her walking around on the property, yelling at the chickens. I know addicts. I place addicts into treatment facilities. That's my ministry. So I'm very
Oh,
well
your
aware
ministry.
of the symptoms and signs of.
Did you ask her if she was doing?
Of course I did, and she lied.
She said
She's
no.
not going to tell me that she wasn't doing it because she knew she'd lose her children. She just got them back.
Oh,
She had just
Oh.
gotten her children back from CPS because of abuse.
How did you
oh.
learn about her history? of abuse?
She told me.
When did she tell you? Before she moved in or after she moved in?
Oh,
She didn't move in with me. She came for a visit and her car broke down, needed a new transmission. So she was here longer than I wanted her to be because the transmission was out of her car. So she got the tranny fixed and
What?
left.
She brought a camper on your
got
property,
the
right?
tranny
Her
fix.
ex-husband brought the camper to my property.
And they lived on that camper on your property, right?
She stayed in that camper on my property.
Okay. Did she tell you she has a history of using before she came with the camper or after she came with the camper?
Before I knew that she had used me, she assured me she was clean. She had gotten her children back. She jumped through all the hoops with CPS. They wouldn't have given her kids back had she not been clean.
We're going to go. We're gonna
That's
take a
not
break.
always
I'm
true.
using it under 5 or 10 minutes. Well, you can take a break if you want. We'll come back in about 10 minutes. Okay. Court reporter?
Okay. The time is 1:45 p.m. We're off the record. The time is
Discussion.
1:52 p.m. We're on the record.
All right.
God.
There we go. All right. Here we go. Let me show you something. So I want to make sure we're clear. You had said that
Oh,
you recognized Mr. Hales as being Jeremy Hales when you first saw him as your neighbor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember taking a picture in front of Mr. Hales' property
yeah.
before you even closed on the property?
Jamie and I did of that sign, the one-way sign. Yeah, it was funny. We did a girly picture. Yep, we did.
So you remember that picture?
Yes, it doesn't make me a stalker or a fan. It just was a sign.
Okay. So Was that picture taken before or after you had met Jeremy in person?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right, well, let's see if we can show it to you. Maybe.
Huh. You would have wanted, we should have wanted for
Who took the
sure.
picture
Oh
of
yeah.
you in front of that sign?
I don't remember.
All right, well, let me show it to you then. One moment.
Where's she typing out?
See if you can tell if this gives you a recollection of sorry, doing something wrong. Yeah, I really messed up now. There we go. I'm trying here to give you a shot of this. Hold on.
Yeah, something just overrode
there?
my screen. Yes, something just overrode my screen. Sorry.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna show you this picture. All right, see that picture?
Look at
Is
the picture.
Yes,
that the picture you're referring to?
yes,
All right. So if you look at this picture, where are you? And is that Jamie Johnson next to you?
yes.
So who took that picture?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you have this picture?
She's on a laptop.
No, I don't.
She cuts off the
Did you
video.
ever,
Yeah.
ever have this picture?
Yes, I did. But again, my phone, all my pictures, everything was lost when the baby broke the phone.
Okay, I got it. So
That's not how it works.
you don't know. So this doesn't help you realize if this was before or after.
I have no clue.
When you met, and you mentioned you had gotten permission to be on the property. So I guess when you asked Jeremy Hales for help removing a tree, it really wasn't your property, right? That time?
The offer had already been accepted. Everything was accepted. We were passing papers back and forth, and I had permission to be on the property.
You had permission to be on the property because you didn't own the property. It wasn't your land at that time, correct?
Not technically, no, but we had rights to be on it, and the tree was in the middle of the road. It had to be moved.
That's not how it works. Okay? That's not how it works. They can give you permission to be on it. And there is no, technically, we didn't own it. No, you didn't own the property at the time. That's how it works. You silly twat. Either you own the property or you don't. Just because you're having a tree removed does not mean that you own the property. Oh my God. Just the I'm a total retard.
Somebody had to move it.
Right. But the point is,
No.
you at the closing is when money is exchanged, right? When you buy property.
Yeah.
You bought property before. You know.
We had a very screwed up. Everything was very, very, very odd and screwed up with everything. Papers were signed. We didn't have like a legit closing. I gave them money via, I think, an app. I'm not sure how I did it. I can't remember. But it was never done in any way I'd ever bought a house before. It was very weird.
Because you're not buying a house,
You
you're
didn't pay
buying
for the land
property.
until October 2021, right? You've already testified to that, right?
Yes, I believe so. The
Okay, so
26th is when the money when the guy that bought my house kept delaying us and delaying us and delaying us. Everything on our end was done. All of our paperwork was signed with the sisters, with the real estate agent. Everything was done, but our buyer's check kept, I don't know what stopped it, but there was an issue. So everything was signed. All the T's were crossed, I's dotted, except for his check.
Right.
That's the only problem. And they did it electronically, if I remember correctly. And so that's the day that we gave him the keys to our house.
So fault of curiosity.
I'm not talking about when you sold your house to the buyer of your house.
The same day. It's the exact same day.
So you had two closings on one day?
Yes, sir.
So on the same day, now to make sure I'm understanding you, on the same day in October 2021, you received money from the buyer of your home in Northport and then used that money to pay, or some of that money to pay for the land that you're on now, correct?
Well, we didn't receive the money.
Get this Christmas.
The other people
I don't know.
got the money. It went directly to them.
Okay. But you assigned your rights to that money that you got from the buyer of your Northport home to pay for the land that you're on now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to show you something else. All right. Are you familiar with a username of Pickles1 Mama Love, LUV?
Yeah, it does.
I think that's the only Facebook or the only YouTube group that I have. I know that I have that name somewhere, but I believe it's I believe it's a YouTube group that a YouTube page that I never did because of all this. We were going to do a channel about her GA1, living with it, how we deal with it, her medical issues, and we didn't do it because of this.
When you say, so you never used this YouTube page, Pickles One Mama Love? And for the record,
No, it had, I think it has one video on it of her playing at a water park.
okay, so you did use it, right?
I think one video is put on it.
Okay, what about Instagram? Do you have an Instagram called Pickles One Mama Love?
Yeah, I don't use that anymore.
But you did.
I
use
haven't.
It.
I used to use it. I haven't been on Instagram in forever.
When
I
you say
don't
for-
post pictures. I don't post pictures there. I don't use it at all. I don't really understand it.
Were you using
post-
Instagram?
I had used Instagram before. I put pictures on it and stuff, but I don't really understand how it works. You just put a picture. I put pictures on it. That's it.
Did you put pictures on Instagram when you moved up here from Northport?
I have no clue.
All right,
I
that's
don't know.
All right, let's see if we can refresh your memory.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm just curious. I want to know this. Ooh. And I'm just curious. All right. So, okay. Because I was just curious, you know, she said this GA1, and I've heard about this before. It's a recessive genetic condition. It's a genetic mutation that is caused. It's a gene from each parent. If an individual receives one normal gene, one mutated gene for the disease, the person will be a carrier for the disease but doesn't show symptoms. So it has to be both parents have to have that. The enzyme breaks down the amino acid lysine, hydroxylene, and tryptophan, which are found in all foods that contain protein. So there is a treatment for it. Newborns with GA1s are usually healthy, but may have larger than average heads. And then other symptoms appear between 2 and 4 months old, include drowsiness, muscle weakness, and poor appetite. And it's there is a treatment for it. Treatment for it's pretty interesting too, because the treatment, according to Nord, is motor system development preventable, but it requires early diagnosis, which they've had. It's single acute onset events have been reported up to the age of 6 years. GA1 has been included in the newborn screening panel and constantly growing. So they would have known about this as she was a newborn. You know, that would have been something to. Standard therapies are treatable condition, metabolic, low lysine diet with supplement of lysine free, tryptophan reduced amino acid mixture, oral supplements, intensified emergency treatment during episodes of concurrent illness and surgical interventions. International guideline group for all patients up to 6 years. There is an international guideline. Yeah, so it's completely treatable, but if you don't take care of it, then you end up with some pretty bad issues after the age of 6. But yeah, if you treat it right, it could be totally helpful. So in effect, she cannot drink milk. She can't have anything with proteins to it, from what I can see. I mean, the causes efficiency of the enzyme, GCDH. It's responsible for metabolizing amino acid. So anything that has amino acids are not able to do it. It affects males just as often as females. There's about 140 patients of this type in the United States. So she's one of 140. Imagine that. Now there's disorders that have similar symptoms. So there's similar symptoms that can do the same thing. Unless they were diagnosed at birth, which it is mandatory that they test for this at birth. It's not that so they would have known at birth that she had GA1. That's how this one works. If a child's on a feeding tube, what is feeding her through the tube then? Well, that you don't have to put them on a feeding tube. That's the thing. The therapy for that is it's a treatable condition, a low lysine diet with supplemental of lysine free. Here, I'll show you. There, this is exactly what it's saying right here. GA1 is considered a treatable condition. Metabolic treatment consists of diet, amino acid mixture, oil supplement of L-carnitine, and intensified emergency treatment during episodes of concurrent illness or surgical interventions. It is recommended by an international guideline group for patients up to 6 years. If not promptly and properly treated, GA1 will cause serious, irreversible neurological damage that can permanently affect the control of voluntary muscle movement, can severely impact life and shorten life expectancy, especially if the damage occurs before age 6. So there's no need to have a the long-term outcome is incompletely understood. Neurological disease or manifestation like chronic kidney disease may occur in adulthood. Therefore, protein control using natural protein with a low lysine content and avoidance of lysine-rich foods is available after age 60 years old. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything on there where they do anything more than that, unless she's like on some sort of clinical trial. Yeah, there's nothing. Like diet would be the only thing that she would need to do. Why would she be on a feeding tube? Got RSV from John illness? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Hey, Risa, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so all I'm saying is why would she be on a feeding tube when all you have to do is just change the diet? That's it. I mean, if she's on a feeding tube, there might be other issues going on. Like, I don't know. I'm no doctor. Seems a little odd to me, but okay.
All right. This is now the complete shot. Okay. So can you see that?
I mean, I can see it. Yes. I don't know what it is.
Oh, thank you.
This is the picture we just looked at. Don't you see
Yes,
the same?
sir, I'm trying to read. My picture is over the words.
Okay. Now here's your words right here. You see that?
I'm trying to read them. If it would just hold still, I could try and make it bigger so I can see it.
And make it bigger.
How about now? Can you read that?
Paid for the land, building a new house, got my new Jeep, and a beautiful baby girl, a new beginning. Hearts on the men. Yep. I referenced what the Hales. Yes, I did.
Did you write this post, ma'am?
Yes, I did.
So we're going to mark this as the next exhibit?
So what? What does that prove?
And please stop talking. There's a question. You're not an advocate or a lawyer. You're a witness. Please stop talking when I'm talking to the court reporter. Please. Ma'am, the court reporter, can you mark this as our next exhibit, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So it says here that you had paid for the land. So would this picture have been taken after October 2021?
Probably when Jamie came down. I don't know.
Okay, that's
I don't know, sir. Like I told you, we paid for the land. We had to wait for that guy's check to clear for the rest of it. It was a very weird closing. I don't know.
But that's not responsible. Now that you said that, though, I'm going to ask you a follow-up question.
Good. I plead the fifth because I don't know. I plead the fifth. You're trying to confuse me and I don't understand, so I plead the fifth. Not answering anymore.
You're pleading the fifth.
Well, it's not confusing. Okay. I don't know how many of you folks have ever been in a deposition. I've been in one my entire life. That was for a traffic accident. If you're ever in a deposition, you just answer the question that's asked. You don't have to elaborate. Ask the question that is asked. She's rude and loud. Yes, very much so.
Let's make sure we understand the question you're pleading the fifth to. Court reporter, could you please read back? Let me just rephrase this. She still wants to plead the fifth. Hold on, let's try it again. Ma'am, you've testified that this picture was taken the same time you had asked Jeremy Hales to use his tractor to remove the tree.
No, I did not. I never
you
said
did.
that was taken the same time that I asked him to move the tree. I never said that. Shame on you.
Okay. Well, the record will reflect that you did, but that's okay.
No,
So,
I did not.
Okay.
Yes, you
So this
did.
picture then was not taken. So this picture was taken when you.
I do not know.
But I showed it to you to reflect.
Well,
your
if you
recollection.
don't know,
I do not know.
Now you see it says.
sweetheart, if you don't know, then how can you know that it wasn't taken whenever you met him? If she was younger, I'd say she is PMS 24/7. Can't, Connie. It's so bad. Oh,
You're paid for the land. Does that refresh your memory that
No, I don't know when the picture was taken. I could have already bought the land, had the picture, and put it up afterwards, sir. No, I don't know.
when you paid for the land, when you wrote that, was that a true statement up here?
If I say I paid for the land, then I must have. So I don't know.
Okay, you did not.
Okay, I plead the fifth. From now on, I plead the fifth. You're trying to confuse me. I already told you I don't have a brain that works like that. I plead the fifth. Thank you.
No, her brain works like Trixie and false, my breathes. Here's what really happened. LIEnette stalked us to Otter Creek. LIEnette confirmed that I was in Otter Creek when she messaged and emailed, which we have, and the timeline and the evidence. And once she actually confirmed that I was there on the property, she took a picture stating, "Hearts on the mend, what the Hales, my new neighbors," although she tried to leave that out in the deposition. She then went back to Northport. She then put her condo up for sale. She then sold it, then put in an offer, then it was accepted. She stalked us to Otter Creek, and she knows she's caught. By the way, if you think this is crazy, you ain't seen nothing yet. It gets way, way worse.
or better. God, that's awesome that I can go through these things really super fast. Gosh, that is so insane. So insane. And so now we're on to caught in her lies. Oof.
And I don't understand, so I plead the fifth. Not answering anymore.
You're pleading the fifth. Let's make sure we understand the question you're pleading the fifth to. Court reporter, could you please read back? Let me just rephrase this. She still wants to plead the fifth. Hold on, let's try it again. Ma'am, you've testified that this picture was taken the same time you had asked Jeremy Hales to use his tractor to remove the tree.
No, I did not. I never said that was taken the same time that I asked him to move the tree. I never said that. Shame on you.
Okay. Well, the record will reflect that you did, but that's.
Why are you feeding her melatonin? That's so weird. Is where he takes the pills, I think. Yes. Yeah, narcissistic. Why would you feed a child melatonin? So weird. Because the last thing you want to do is make them inactive. I don't know. I'm very confused.
That's okay.
No,
So,
I did not.
Okay. So this picture then was not taken. So this picture was taken when you.
Ow.
I do not know.
But I showed it to you to refresh
no.
your recollection. Okay?
I do not know.
Now you see it says you're paid for the land. Does that refresh your memory that
No, I don't know when the picture was taken. I could have already bought the land, had the picture, and put it up afterwards, sir. No, I don't know.
when you paid for the land, when you wrote that, was that a true statement up here?
Huh.
If I say I paid for the land, then I must have. So I don't know.
Okay. You did not.
Okay, I plead the fifth. From now on, I plead the fifth. You're trying to confuse me. I already told you I don't have a brain that works
That
like
doesn't
that.
take
I plead the
much.
fifth. Thank you.
Okay. You're answering that question. Fine.
Mr. Silverman, no.
Odd that she thinks Silverman is going to save her when this is what she wanted. Her own words, ran to the courthouse.
Yeah, see, that just makes me really sad, you know. If she's sedating a child, man, it just is not a good thing. Yeah, sedating a child to get them to comply is not the way to do things. But I mean, this is also just hearsay. I've never heard her say, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's people that have it. I haven't heard her say anything on it. That she was doing it to sedate the child. But if that's the case, then that's not good. I mean, kids are supposed to be like kids. Like, if you can't handle kids, then you probably shouldn't have kids. Just a thought.
She wanted this. She craved it more than anything. And now we all know Silverman actually bailed on her. These are the consequences when you're a habitual, pathological liar trying to attempt to destroy people's lives.
Now I want to ask you, did you ever ask Jeremy Hales to be able to attend at no charge a meet and greet that his channel was having on his property?
We talked about, yes, me bringing my tortoises to the meet and greet. Yeah.
When you say we talked about it, you said you thought, was that be in person?
I think we talked. I'm not sure whether we talked about it in person or not. I don't know.
Do you have any documents that prove or tend to show that Jeremy Hales told you that you could come to his meet and greet at no cost?
I was supposed to bring the tortoises. He had the lady from the place that he was having it get a hold of me, and I told her that because of what had happened on my property with his girlfriend, that I was not going to attend.
Yeah.
Do you have
I
any?
was not bringing the tortoises to let his people play with them and see them. I was not going to do it.
Now that we heard the lie, let's hear the truth. LIEnette did beg, not ask, beg to be able to come to Half Meal Time to Grill for free because she didn't want to put up the $50. The $50, which every participant got way more than $50 just in what the Hales merch and different gifts and prizes. This was a significant investment for us to give back to the individuals who have supported what the Hales. She begged because she had a tortoise. Now, for years, I've said unorthodox as a joke, making fun of the old meme of the kid who was a zombie, who was actually being interviewed by a TV station over Halloween. He's a zombie and he says unorthodox. I'm making fun of it. It was a viral thing. That's why she ends up in Otter Creek. She wants money from me. She wants promotion. Her entire plan, as she outlined it, as she's already spoken about it online, was to launch her YouTube page with What the Hale supporters. She wanted fame and she wanted money. And then she asked, could she put up a donation box? In other words, can she beg for money? And my answer was, no, that is not appropriate for this venue. And then all of a sudden, things got crazy because she didn't get what she wanted. Money and promotion. And what's this thing with a girlfriend on the property? Well, she publicly posted all over Facebook that she told George to get the F off of her property. Now, you're going to see in the deposition that she finally, she debunks herself. She never said this. She never kicked George off the property. George is begging to get off the property. When you start a conversation with her, it doesn't stop begging for money. I can't pay my bills. I don't.
That sounds so, oh God. I mean, not just because of him saying it, but throughout this deposition, you can see all of that throughout this deposition, that kind of attitude that she's got. And it's not because Jeremy's saying it, you get like, it's like the tumblers all start lining up and you're like, that makes sense. Yeah. Donation box. See, Here is the only thing that I've ever asked from Jeremy. The only thing that I asked from Jeremy. He said, you know, what can I do for you? I was like, nothing. I mean, support is cool, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. I said, just some support. That's it. Let me do the rest. If I fail, I fail. If I do good, I do good. But, you know, having eyes on my material is cool. And that's all I was after, is just get 1,000 subs. But other than that, it was, let me use the content. I find it interesting stuff. Never asked him for money, gifts, anything. I don't expect anything from the Hales. I don't expect anything from Jeremy. All I do is my stuff, my content. I don't even care if they came, if he was come to me tomorrow and say, hey, can you stop showing the deposition? I'd probably ask why, but other than that, I would do it out of respect for Jeremy, but it's still publicly available. I could go and search it out. Just they have it available. I would probably pull it off of somebody else's channel. But I don't understand this angst of like, they don't owe, the Hales doesn't owe me anything. And the same that I don't owe the Hales anything. That it's, they do storage units. This just is a small portion of it. I watch stuff and comment on stuff that I find really interesting. And so these, her begging for things, no, that just and it reeks of it because that's how she acts throughout this whole deposition.
Know how we're gonna feed Ida. You just want out of the mess. Same for me, same for George. She said that Crook kicked me off the property with my tractor. Never happened. She literally came to me and said that Crook wasn't even gonna be living on the property, that she was kicking him out.
Do you have any documents that shows that Jeremy Hales said it was okay for you to attend his meet and greet at no cost?
I don't know. I would have to see if I could ever find an email. I don't know.
Well, you already testified that you don't have any emails.
Oh, thank you, Stars.
On my other phone,
Been having fun.
I
Let's
might
get to the heart
have
of this.
text
Let's get to the heart of this. Emails don't matter if it's on a phone or a computer, correct?
the emails, I could have gotten rid of the email I used. I don't know. I didn't find any emails when I looked, but you didn't give me a whole lot of time to search everything properly. So I don't know. But Jeremy Hales.
Well, it's like beating my head up against a wall, and until I can knock all the bricks out. I mean, it just. All right. Whenever you're informed of a deposition, I know because my work, I've had to send out, a notification for a deposition. The deposition has very specific guidelines of what you need to have for that deposition. It'll include all emails, all voicemails, anything that can back up the words that are coming out of your mouth. All of those things need to be presented. Or if you've accused somebody of something, you have to provide proof of those accusations. Perfect example would be, I'm making an accusation that my wife kissed me on the cheek, and I got pictures of it to prove it, and it's the most derogatory thing that I've ever seen in my whole world. Oh my gosh! So if I'm going to a deposition, I have to be able to provide proof of that photograph and that it was the most despicable, discouraging thing ever. Pretty awesome. But those are the things that whenever you make an accusation, her accusing the Hales of committing something, doing something, you have to provide proof of it. She's not providing any proof of it. She's had plenty of opportunity to do that over the entire time that they set this deposition up. Instead, she was just being a pain in the ass the whole time. Yes, quote, evidence to back up the statements. How did you know I was going to walk to the corner store? Hey, Benita Smith. That frog in her throat sounds like it's trying to get out and going so fast. Yes.
Never, ever told me that if I came to his meet and greet, I'd have to pay with the tortoises. The tortoises were supposed to be there for his people to play with, talk, it was for show. So they had something to do. It had nothing to do with going there for free.
See, this is the problem with interjecting yourself into other people's things. You don't need to do that. Dimwit.
Was there admissions fees, if you know?
No, not for me.
Why do you say that? Do you have anything that proves what you're saying?
Just my testimony. I was never asked by Mr. Hales to pay to come on to his meet and greet, ever.
But you did ask him if you could attend his meet and greet, right?
No, we talked about it. I don't know whether we talked about it jointly or I asked or what. I may have asked him. Because normally you take tortoises and stuff to somewhere like that, you get donations.
So this is why. Now you're seeing why the Hales record everything. Because of crap like this. Somebody is saying one thing. Nope. Get it on record. Get it on damn record. Who'd want to play with a tortoise? Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have plenty of things to do besides playing with tortoises. I'm sure they did.
So I may have spoke to him about that, and I don't know. But I just sent you the text message that I sent him telling him I was not going to participate. So why would I send him the text message telling him I was not going to participate if there wasn't conversation about me being there?
That was my question, ma'am. That's exactly what the question I had for you.
Right. No, I was never told by Jeremy Hales I had to pay to be there. The tortoises were supposed to be there for his people's enjoyment. Something for them to do.
And say, so okay. So did you ask if you could put a donation box at his meet and greet with your tortoises?
I did ask him if donations would be allowed. He said no. I said okay.
You were okay with that?
No problem.
That didn't bother you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was still going to do it until I had a confrontation with Martha on my property. That ended it. I therefore no longer felt that there was any reason for us to be anywhere near each other.
No reason for us to be near each other. And even with a civil protection order, she still won't stop stalking. This was the major turning point. She was begging for money. She was told no. Like a toddler throwing a huge tantrum. She put signs all over town saying that I'm an Ohio rapist. She made defamatory posts all over Facebook. You understand, we have all the communication. She has all the communication, the emails, the text messages. It all exists. All the evidence is there. Just because she claims it's gone, just because she claims I don't use that email anymore, just because she claims in court, well, that's not on Facebook, Judge. You can look at my Facebook now. And the judge goes, I don't care what Facebook looks like now. I care what it did look like. We have it all. All the evidence is there. She didn't get the money she wanted. She started to extort us. She started to use us, abuse us. And she's done this to her entire life to everyone who comes into her path of destruction.
And I very kindly and nicely told him that I would not be coming.
Did you tell him why?
It's in the, read it. You can read it yourself.
Oh, we're going to read it. Did you tell him why?
Donation.
Because of everything that was going on and everything that had happened, I didn't feel that it was proper for me to come. Absolutely.
Right. And how, if you know, again, I understand that you may not be able to tell me the exact dates or even a range, but if you could, do you know what month this meet and greet was?
I don't remember, no.
Okay, all right. And so you didn't go to the meet and greet?
No, I did not.
Okay, did you ever tell Jeremy what had offended you, apparently, that Marco had said to you? Did you ever tell him that?
I'm pretty sure we talked about it. She was in the puddle. She was in the puddle.
And who are you talking to?
Lord, what the hell is up with her? Jeremy Hales is a good man, not stupid at all. Well, and I'm sure there's things he doesn't know. And I'm sure that he's good, and I'm sure that there's bad parts of Jeremy. I mean, one thing you have to remember, all videos, any video is always going to show the best. You're going to try to always put your best foot forward. And has Jeremy probably done things that he's not proud of? Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be human if he didn't. Simple as that. But as far as what he's done for his community, for his supporters, for other YouTube channels, I mean, the list can go on and on. People that you don't even know anything about, or maybe you've run into him once or twice, and he does these things out of the goodness of his heart, and he doesn't brag about it. He doesn't have to brag about his accomplishments unless it's something that he's really proud of. Of doing X, Y, or Z, he can say yes. But I know personally that he's done some really nice things for people and not looked for anything in return. And that's the kind of person that Jeremy is. He does things not because people are begging or asking him to. He does it because he wants to. Same way. Yeah, exactly. He loves helping those in need. And he's done it plenty of times. His kindness is immeasurable. I mean, it's just it's something that other people should try to achieve at some point in time if they can. And that's the thing. He can, so he does. And it's, yeah. And it's things like that. And it's other people. But the thing is that's other people bragging about him. And he's not, yeah, we all got our flaws. Nobody's perfect. Exactly. But what I'm saying in this situation, this is not a money-making thing for him. I mean, you know, people watch it because they're interested in it, because it is a story. I mean, whenever you see this amount of cray-cray, it's a story. And you'll see people that want to take sides on this. Like, I don't take any sides. I'm looking at what I see. I see what she's doing. This was initially about, you know, and whenever I first started watching this deposition is what drew me in. I was like, holy cow. Like, and then Jeremy had said there was 7 hours more of this. I was like, you've got to be kidding. 7 hours of this craziness? Oh my gosh. Like, I could not wait to see the rest. Yeah, I agree, Starzy. He has done more of this than we'll ever more. He's done more than we'll ever know. Exactly. Some of us like this and would strive to be a little like him. Yes. Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Last time he says he is now out 190. Yeah, that exactly. Like I said, this is not a winning. That right there, 190,000 in some places can get you a home. Some places could buy you a home. They could buy you a house, property.
I just had to stop my daughter from jumping in a puddle. Sorry, I have a child.
Ma'am, let's try it again.
I don't know if he and I talked personally about what happened with George or not, but she said on my property that I should give my daughter up for adoption. So I told her to leave my property, and that was the end of that. After that, I was not going to do the meet and greet. I didn't want anything to do with either one of them.
Okay, and so that the minute that she told you that, you decided
not to do the meet and greet. Yes.
Was there anything else? Any other reasons you had not to do the meet and greet?
Just there, yes. Something else had happened, and I do not mind talking about it.
I agree.
I don't know what I'm just going to plead the fifth, because I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. So I'm going to plead the fifth. All I'm going to say is that I had to go to the sheriff's department about something and talk to them about his friends, Brett Granger and Treese Granger. And after hearing what Martha said to me and knowing where some of the stuff came from, I decided that I was not going to go to the meet and greet. I didn't want anything to do with those people any longer. That was it. Didn't have any, wasn't mad about it. I understand she has her right to her opinion, and we didn't want nothing to do with them. That's it. We ended no more food for the chickens, no more nothing. I had been giving them bread and stuff from chickens, and we just ended that part. We wanted to just let it go. Leave it alone.
I just heard something new. So you gave them bread?
Yeah, she was there that day to pick up bread for her chickens. Yes.
Had that been the first time you gave her bread?
Nope.
How long
We'd given them some produce at the end of their driveway too, that we had told them that we had for their pigs they were feeding, that we had gotten donated to us from a food pantry.
They've never legally been on our property. They were never invited to be on our property, but they kept trying to invite themselves, begging and pleading to bring bread and produce. Well, now we know where that came from, right? The food pantry. We keep telling them, no, we don't need anything. No, we don't need anything. And then begging and pleading with page-long text, just insanity. And we finally just say, leave it at the gate. Now, the reason why George was even over on the property is because of the begging and the pleading. I have bread, and you got to have it for your animals. And I just said, you got to take one for the team, George. You got to go over there today because I can't handle it. George went over there. And the same thing that happens every other day. I want John to unalive. I want him out of my property. I can't afford to pay my bills. My bills are this much. I need this much money. You understand what she's doing that? She's begging. She's trying to make you feel, manipulate you, use you to make you feel sorry for her, to give her money so she can pay everything off. She's told us she's got $1,300 in bills and all this stuff, but she only makes this much money. And George told her, Sounds like you got a lot on your plate. Maybe you should move some of that off. How in the world LIEnette got out of that, which she has publicly posted, which we have all the screenshots. George told her to throw her baby in the trash. And she told George to get the F off of her property. None of that ever happened. Begging and pleading for money continued to happen to the point where George said, I have to leave. Let me go. I have work to do. I'm leaving. We never, ever wanted this insanity in our lives. When the insanity didn't get what they wanted, they tried to bring their insanity into our lives. They've wreaked havoc in all of the lives of all of the residents in Otter Creek.
Did they thank you for the food?
Yes.
Okay. So you weren't mad at his girlfriend for saying what she said. It just was a difference of opinion, right?
It really hurt my feelings, and I no longer felt the
Aw.
need to have any communication.
Okay. But you just said earlier, about a minute or so ago, and we can read it back if we need to see it
I-
again. You weren't mad. You said you weren't
And
mad.
her feelings
She has a
hurt.
right to her opinion. You have a right to yours, and you have a difference of opinion, right?
I didn't hold a grudge. Yes, you're right.
So you weren't mad at Martha when she said that to you.
I can't say I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't mad that she said it, but not in that way. No,
Did you curse her?
not
back?
angry.
Did you
Not
say you were-
angry.
did you say that makes me mad? Or worse?
No.
about that?
No, I just told her that I think she better keep her opinion to herself and told her to leave my property.
And you said that it was in a calm voice.
Yes. Yep. Probably with tears running down my face, I'm assuming. If I remember correctly, I started to cry and asked her to leave my property.
So if somebody says that you told, and she goes by George, you told George, she goes by George, right? Isn't that what she goes by on the Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody says that you told George to get the off your property, they're not telling the truth.
I never told George to get the off of my property. I told her to get off of my property, to leave.
Okay.
I don't remember
did you
at
get-
all saying the F word to her.
I bet all of her supporters remember. There is your leader. Oh, drink up that turtle soup. The leader who lies about the smallest things. You are guaranteed is lying about the biggest things.
Did she leave? Oh, wait a minute. So you didn't, did you, is it, okay, that's different, it's a different story now. Hold on.
I don't think I said the F word to her. No, I do not believe I did. No.
Oh,
Okay. So when you told her to leave without you told her to leave without profanity, right?
I don't believe that I cussed. No. I believe I started to cry. If I remember correctly, I burst into tears and asked her to leave.
Same lady who has publicly declared that she has some kind of illness where she can't produce tears. So did she really cry? If she doesn't have the ability to cry, remember, no disc in her back either, stage 4 melanoma cancer, amongst so many other things. You know, and we know. We have all the screenshots. We have all the text messages. We have all the information. Randy's literally looking at the screenshots where she's telling the planet that she told George to get the F off of the property. So why? Why ask? Well, no credibility. She lies about everything, literally down to the details of how aggressively she removed George from her property, how John kicked Jeremy off. They've begged and begged and begged for us to be on that property and for us to have some type of relationship with them, for them to be on our property, for them to use our people and our influence and our page and our money. And it ain't ever going to happen.
So is it
Wow.
possible that you did say to her, get the fuck my property, but you're just so upset? You got it again.
I don't believe that I
Man,
said.
stop. When I say again, we're gonna have to go over this again. Let me finish my questions. When I ask a question, I'm making a record. Who are you talking to now? Are you talking to somebody?
see, this is somebody that really does not like being told to shut the F up. It's very obvious that she likes to control the conversation. Very obvious. Good part is I can control the conversation here because I have this thing called a mute button. I can pause shit. She does not like this because she's used to controlling the conversation. Whenever she doesn't get her way, she acts petulant like a child. And I've seen this before. I've known people like this before, where they have this issue of whenever you're asking them a question, they're like, and they're not listening right now. Right now, she's formulating a new way at a comeback. And it's all right there in the vein in her neck. She is not wanting to. She's not listening to the question. And if she's listening to the question, she's only listening to parts that she wants to hear. She's trying to pick out the words that he's saying that she can use to come back at him with some sort of snarky remark. All she has to do is just answer the damn question. That's it. Just answer the question.
Somebody now?
You. I'm going over and over. You're going over and over the
I'm
same
going to
thing.
do it too because you keep interrupting. And I'm sorry. So let's. I think you got it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Let's just, if you get the question out, Okay. So when you're saying that you don't believe or you don't think you use profanity, is it possible that you did use profanity and you just don't remember?
I don't believe that I said, get the F off of my property.
I know that,
I
but is it
don't think
possible?
I
Is it
did.
possible that
No.
you did?
I don't think so. I don't remember, sir. You can
Right.
badger me and get me to say whatever you want. I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Okay.
That is not normally who I am.
Okay.
I remember
Yes.
crying and being
That
heartbroken
is absolutely
had been-
correct right there.
that had been said to me at all.
Okay. So if you did say get the fuck
Hey,
my property,
Melissa,
you
how
just
you
don't
doing?
remember, right?
Here we go. I'm not saying that.
Well, then what are you saying?
I
just
plead the
clarify-
fifth. I plead the fifth. You're trying to badger me into saying what you want. I plead the fifth.
Hey, ma'am, you're pleading the fifth. So you're refusing to answer that question. You're taking the fifth.
I've already answered the question. You're badgering me. I object to you continuing to badger me about the question.
Ma'am, I'm not badgering you. Just making sure I'm clarifying what question you're taking the fifth to. All right, let me ask the question and see if that's the question you're going to take the fifth to. And I think I got it, but it's the answer
Jesus.
changing.
Let me finish
So is it
asking the
possible-
question.
Let's make it real simple. You don't
See,
remember
there
what
it
you said
is.
to Martha, right?
I do remember what I said to Martha. I told her to leave my property. I broke into tears and I told her to go, get off my property. That is exactly what I believe I said to her. Leave, get off of my property now. That would be what I would say.
And you wouldn't have said get the fucking property to her, right?
I do not believe I said that.
Okay, that's fine. All right. One moment.
Oof. Ah. These judge and lawyer all rolled in one. Yeah. She's the smartest one
Sorry about
here.
that. All right. All right, we're done with this one. Actually, no, I'm going to show you this stuff here. Hang on.
Ah.
All right, Ms. Preston, is there anyone else that's been on your property that is on drugs?
Oh, I object. What does that have to do with anything?
You need to answer. Are you refusing to answer the question?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Ah. It doesn't look good for you. So you've never had anyone that's
Yeah, when I
been
was at
on
the hearing
drugs
last,
on your
well, I'm sorry, when I
property?
watched the first hearing where I wasn't there, right before it broke, you had said that you had wanted to play another video right before it ended, and you had said it was from 2 weeks ago. Do you recall saying that? You had a new video you wanted to show the court, but you never got to show it.
Yes.
What is that video? Because I haven't heard you mention that video.
I'm not sure right now. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. That's honest. I'm so stressed out. I have so much anxiety. I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder, is the anxiety because all of her tales are catching up to her, and she's trying to remember which lies she told, so she doesn't tell this. So she tells the same lie. That could produce a lot of anxiety, and I've seen this in people that are habitual liars. That whenever you start questioning those lies, you're like, okay, so you said this, and this, and this, and this happened, and they're like, I don't remember, I don't want to be involved in this. It doesn't matter. I don't know why you're questioning me on this. Why are you bothering? Why are you harassing me? It's because they whenever you're trying to pinpoint every single thing of all of the bullshit that they've told you, and whenever you pinpoint it down, they don't like that. People don't like it whenever they get called out on those. Yeah.
I think it was the town hall video.
Well, let's see if we can explore that, see if that helps. The hearing was on the 29th. So was there a town hall meeting in November?
It was before that. It was an older meeting.
Was there a meeting in October?
Sir, I don't know. There's a meeting every month. Every month there's a meeting.
Right, but
Without
then-
looking it up, I cannot tell you the date. I
Then-
don't
then take-
retain dates.
Okay, then take a moment to look it up. It's okay, we'll wait. See if you can find that video you were talking about and what month it was. And I think you had said you made the video. Is that the one you wanted to show? So you should have it on your phone.
Yep. Yes.
We'll wait.
I don't even know where to go to look.
Never know where to go to.
I am not even sure where to go to look right now.
Well, and I'm sure she's having difficulty, and this is her biggest problem. Like, she knew ahead of time she's got a deposition, which means she's going to have to provide evidence of all the statements that she's made, and she's unable to provide the proof of those statements. And this is what's screwing her up, and it probably is stressing her out because, oh my gosh, now, oh gosh, how dare you ask me to provide proof of this thing that happened to me? You just have to take my word for it. No, you have to provide some sort of proof of this thing, and she's not doing that. You shouldn't have to be searching for this at the last second.
I'm going to end up having to ask somebody. Like, I need to call a friend. Have you ever heard that statement? I need to ask what the date of the video was. It was a meeting. It was a meeting, and I filmed the meeting where Mr. Hale stood up in front of everyone and told them that I was going to hurt them, that I was going to kill somebody, basically, that I was dangerous to the town.
You had told the court on November 20.
Well, there's a big difference between told them that basically and told them that. Our souls are loose in chat. Our souls are loose on the chat. Whoopee. Oh my gosh.
29th, that the video was from a couple weeks ago, so that could have been a mistake, right? That wasn't truthful, right?
And then it was not that video. I'm not sure
Wait,
what
I'm trying to
video
help you.
it was.
I
don't know.
Well, the problem is that
You do.
I have to go back through all of the evidence and go back to that court day and go back and see. I showed Mr. Feather both videos, I believe.
well, right.
So
but
I'm
that's
not sure if it was the video, if it had been John, Jeremy driving up to John, if it was another video about something else. I can't remember.
Well, I asked you were told to bring the videos that you have today, and
I have all the videos somewhere on my phone. I don't know what date it was from.
Okay.
I have to look it up.
Okay, I've asked you to forward me, as you've done today, messages. I'm asking you to forward me any links to videos. Links. I don't need the video. You said that they're links.
You can't get a link to the video on my videos on my phone.
Yeah,
I'd have to send you the video. The video, if I took it, is on my phone.
And send me the videos that you want to use.
It won't send because it's too long. What I will do, though, is after this day, I will go put it on a disc at Walmart, and I will make sure that you get it, just like I did to the judge in Ohio.
How will you get that to me?
I can mail it to you. Aren't you somewhere nearby?
I'm in Trenton.
Okay.
Okay, so you can mail it to me. I'll give you my address. But I ask you have some sort of certified tracking number because this is a serious matter. You can't hide videos. I need to see that.
I am not hiding anything. You're asking me what video I intended to play that day? I don't know. So I'm a nervous wreck. I was a nervous wreck at court. I don't know what video I had right then and there that day. I'm not sure. So you're browbeating me, badgering me to get me to say something that I can't answer.
There's no reason.
I don't know.
There's no. I've told you before.
See, calm the hell down. See, this is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's the nose again. No, it's because she's upset. She's upset that she's being called out on her bullshit. So there's a way that people react, and she has all the classic signs of someone that reacts whenever she's been caught in a lie. She's been caught saying something that's not quite true. Has she released those videos? Have other people released those videos? Yeah, they have. But they've also released the edited versions of those videos. If you watch the whole video, you'd be like, oh, that makes more sense. It's sort of like the what was it? The kid where the guy was standing in front of him beating a drum, yelling at him. Yeah. And they released only a portion of that to the news media. And then once you see the whole video, you're like, oh, I see why the kid was standing like that, why he was being quiet. He was the one that was being attacked. Yeah. Yeah, looks a little Watch the whole thing, and then maybe you can understand what exactly was happening. Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to shout.
I object to you badgering me. You are badgering me, and I want you to stop.
No, he's asking you questions, and you can't handle the questions that he's asking. Pay attention to the question. Answer only the questions that he's asking. She knows what she's doing. She's not an idiot like me.
Yeah. You said you're going to send me the videos you have on your phone. Okay.
When did I say that?
You just said you're going to go to Walmart and put them on some sort of drive, or
and I will do that. I said I would, so I will.
So, but the date that was due is today. So I'm asking you when.
Yes.
You just
when
asked
can you
me
tell
today
me
to
when,
do it.
ma'am? When?
No, he didn't ask her today. He's whenever they send out a deposition, this is part of what they tell you to do. See, this is feigning stupid, and it is not working. Yes, he is very calm. It's just like, sounds like someone on coke. Yeah, it could be.
Can you tell me that they will be delivered to this office?
When do you want them?
Okay, today's Tuesday. Can you get them delivered to me? Not in the mail. I don't want to hear the checks in the mail. Can you get them to me by Friday, which is today's the 16th. Can you get it Tuesday?
I can get them to your office by Friday. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the Jeremy Hale's videos that you said you might want to look and use, you can send me links to those if you decide you're going to use them, right?
I don't know any longer what's going to happen. I had just had another call from the attorney, and they're getting back with me to let me know what we're going to do about my retainer, and then he will be retained.
I don't want to hear. Okay, that's the other thing. I
don't know what I'm going to do because I don't know whether I'm going to have. Okay, you're not allowed.
Hey, Terry D. Good to see you. You're not late. You're here.
Ma'am, if you really truly have had a discussion with an attorney, and the attorney.
And I will say this a million times. You are never late. You're here whenever you were supposed to be here. It's a beautiful thing, Terry. Basically, you have everything with you. You have in trial. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I've been scrolling to see the articles in the chat, but I can't see. Guess they blocked me because I haven't blocked them. No. See, there's no point in trolling me. Trolling an idiot is not fun. I'm serious. Like this is why I don't get trolled, because I'm an idiot. I mean, if you want to troll an idiot, ooh, that how does that make you look? Close your eyes and imagine her on the stand. I would have to close my eyes. Because it never happened. That's the thing. It never happened. She dropped her gaze. Oh. Thank you, Harry D. No, I have fun. That's what it's supposed to be, is have a little bit of fun. God.
He said something. No one is asking you to say that, and I'm not. And anytime it happens in the future, please don't do it, because we're not asking. Please don't tell me if you had a discussion with the attorney. Even if you hadn't retained him, there could be some cases where that's considered still advice. So anything.
I don't know what I'm going to use in court now. I don't know. I don't know.
If you are going to use a link, never mind. Let's just go back where we were. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, that's so true.
Now let me.
Oh,
this was from your.
That's so good for Bubbles.
On the second. Can you see that? I'll make it bigger if you can. You can't see. Can you see this? Can you see it?
Forever.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, this is the last page. It's
funny, it's me.
In this case.
So the rock paper scissors.
That is from a person.
Right.
That is from a fan. Like I said, I enclosed some things from from his fans. Yes.
This is the transcript you were referring to, right? That you attached. Isn't this the transcript? Ma'am?
Who are you talking to?
No, that's not a transcript. Those are that he's in. Could be from a video. Could be from a hate group. Not sure which.
Well, you attached. This is your filing.
Right. Okay. Let me look at it. It's the comments from the video. Yes. So those are what people are saying after they watch the video. Yes.
And this is available.
That's the transcript right there. That is the transcript, but the one above it was from a fan. It was comments, not transcript. See, it
Gotcha.
says comments, sir.
Yes, I
Two
see.
different things.
I got you. So
Yeah,
you
two
have
different
trans-
things.
So where this page is page 39 of 47, where it says 2 hours, 11 minutes, 27 seconds, saying, yeah, it will be if they, you're saying that's a transcript online.
No. See, that's the thing, Heidi. They're like flies, annoying, distracting, but they are of consequence. They love to gobble up shit. They love to gobble up shit. They have a lot of consequence. You gotta have flies to gobble up the shit.
Right?
A transcript on his videos, yes.
And that's on YouTube.
Yes.
And this transcript would be available on YouTube, correct?
Yes.
All right. And the comments that you just talked about, they're available on YouTube too, right?
Yes.
So you got this by printing out the screenshots from YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody told me that he was talking badly about me and that I needed to go get the screenshots. I mean, that's how you make a court case, right? How else am I going to get evidence and show what he's doing to me if I don't go get the evidence?
She's court ordered to bring any evidence she has to the deposition. This is the exact same as sitting in front of the judge in the court. This is
Yes.
a court proceeding, but she
Yes.
has no video. She has no text. Her
Yes.
emails don't work anymore. How
Yes.
convenient, even though we have it all. But now she knows how to get evidence and how to build a court case. Please teach us more. Oh, great one.
And just because I watch a video or parts of a video doesn't mean I'm a stalker. Then every single person that watches his videos and comments, they're all stalkers.
Guess what? I get to ask the questions, not you.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's not how
So-
it works, sweetheart.
This thing here looks like there's a highlight. See the screen here on page 47? This looks like a highlight. Did you highlight this somehow?
Some of it of what was about me, yes.
Okay. So this part here, it says the stories of Otter Creek has been so entertaining, sucks for
Well,
you.
I highlighted that. That's a comment that was part of a nasty comment. That was highlighted to show how people feel about it. That person was being very nasty.
And you interpret this comment to be directed at you?
Yes, they were telling him that they love what he's saying about me because the whole video was about me and that they would buy the book if he writes a book about it. Yeah,
Tell me where you get your name out of this post.
it was in the whole video.
No.
Not right there. It's
This
not
is-
in that very. It's not in that very part right there. It all goes along. Okay, I plead the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth from here out because you're badgering me. You're trying to make me say things that are not true or making me look like I'm guilty of something, and I'm not going to do it.
Of all these
Done.
47 pages, you're telling me that every one of these comments I asked you to, you're going to take the fifth.
I'm pleading the fifth.
This comment.
You're making me guilty of things that I'm not guilty of.
I can see that.
I'll move on to
I've
this next
seen that
decision, just so we're
before.
clear for the record.
Oh,
You're
I've seen
pleading
that.
your rights under the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution not to incriminate.
I had a friend of mine with this guy who got up in his face and started calling him a racist in front of his son. Oh, yeah, his son is is black, as is his wife, and he was being called a racist. He was just like looked at this guy like, I don't know what you're calling your racist for. What did I say? He's just like, I don't know what to say to this. Like, I got no response for you. He'd never run across that before. He's like, I've been married to the same woman. Just like, I was in high school, and I don't understand why you call me your racist in front of my son. I mean, come on, dude. What's your problem? Weird. Yeah.
Yourself.
Oh.
It's not just I have the right not to do anything that can make you twist or turn or
I
use
have
it
not
against me in
seen it,
some way,
so-
which you obviously are doing. We can hear that clearly.
I'll make sure I understand. So is that
He's asking you questions of things that you've already said. See, it is not twisting anything. It's asking questions of what you've said. And you can always ask him to rephrase the question because it doesn't make any sense. But, you know, this is what happens with a paper terrorist. And that's all she is a paper terrorist. They will file pleadings. They will show up with all this evidence that's not evidence. And then whenever you try to get them on the record of these things that they're saying, they back off really quick. And they feign stupidity, ignorance, can't find it, don't know what you're talking about. I never said that. This is why I said it. I have to have a reason for why I said this. There's not all this crazy. Oh, there is so much popcorn in the world. Who does that? It's like, I'm not guilty. I know, but this is what happens whenever a liar gets caught in their lies. That's all it is. To dispatcher, yeah, I haven't seen any of the Hale stuff tonight, and the thing is tomorrow I've got something else I'm going to be covering. I was just playing catch up tonight on some of this. I wanted to get through a couple of these. That's why it's on faster speed. So that way I can be caught up by sometime next month. Because I'm such a slacker. And I mean, I'll probably catch up all of it here soon.
Is that the only reason why you're pleading the fifth? Ma'am?
I am pleading the fifth because I am not going to be badgered and abused into saying things that I
You're
am
not
not.
badgered, you're not abused.
Are you pleading the
Those,
fifth?
I
Are
told
you
you,
pleading
those
the
were
fifth?
comments. Those
When you-
were comments from his followers. I sent that in to show the judge that it does make a difference what he says about me. It does incite hate. It does.
No, you're not. You're not supposed to be having ex parte communication with the judge. That's what got the judge removed from this shit in the first place. It's, oh my God. The size are all it's something like that. The best is yet to be read.
Incite violence. It does incite horrible things
No.
against me and my family. It puts us.
No, you put yourself in this position. See, it is like this. You kick up a hornet's nest. You start shit with people. And then whenever it comes back and bites you in the ass, you don't like it. Because you got somebody had made this statement to me, or I don't even remember what it was. See, I get like chat come through on videos and stuff, and somebody said, "I want to see the proof that dude was asking to be, Bubbles was asking to be on your stream." Here it is. Yeah, that work for you? Dear Shizzy Wiznut, I've seen you jumped on the gravy train of replaying my client Michelle Preston's deposition video, which has no relevance to anything, is being rebroadcast by What the Hales to humiliate, harass, and bully her. Instead of helping Jeremy Hales destroy the lives of elderly, disabled, poor neighbors, and a 4-year-old child to generate YouTube content and views, why not choose to cover this story from an objective standpoint? Toothless does, and their views have quadrupled. Are you only interested in lazy content for larger view numbers, regardless of whether you're helping harm others? I hope you'll consider changing your approach to covering this story and will invite me on to address this story from the other side, as I repeat, and will invite me on to address this story from the other side. And in particular, this deposition and the Hale's purpose in broadcasting at this time. I did respond to Bubbles. And mine response was as this: I was trying to say something intelligent in response. Sorry, that was not appropriate. I shouldn't have said that. I would try to say something in intelligence in response, but I am a complete artard. Yes, in case you haven't watched my channel long enough to figure this out, I am a complete artard. I have no idea who Two Horeless is, and I apologize for that. It is Toothless in a pod. I am an idiot that watches things that interest me. I don't know who you are, and I honestly don't care. True. At this point, I had no idea who this guy was. I don't pay. That's the thing. I don't pay that much attention to people that do things. I really don't. I'm just, yeah. You tried it on Mo? Well, that's always good. I do reaction videos to multiple issues. As you can tell by earlier this evening that I was talking about. Yeah. Tug had a great life. Tug is awesome. Well, and I sent this to Megan because I was like, who in the fuck is this guy? Like I guess somebody doesn't like my content or some shit. And she was like, can I use this? I was like, sure, I don't care. Like, doesn't matter to me. I didn't want to have all the people's email addresses in there. I mean, it's out now, so it doesn't bother me, but I didn't want to have anybody's email address in there. So I just took a screenshot of what he sent to me and what I sent to him. And I do reaction videos to multiple issues. Yes, like my morning streams are usually reaction videos to what happens to be the top news of the day, whatever is going to... The news that you're going to be hearing about the rest of the day, I probably covered like 2 days early. That's what I do in the mornings. And if you find that offensive, go get screwed. Seriously, like deep, hard, just... lubrication or not doesn't matter to me. If you don't like what I comment on, there's the door. You open it up, you hit a little button that says, don't show me any more content by this artard. Really easy to do. If you don't like my stuff, bye-bye. It doesn't offend me. If all of my subs left tomorrow, everyone said, you know what, we're sick of hearing shizzy shit, and left, I would still continue doing what I'm doing because I really don't care. So open the door, walk out, don't let it hit you on the way out, and being elderly also, which I am. I'm an old fuck. If they don't like another old person comments on, then change the channel. Yeah. Don't attack me over it. Don't come after me. It's a wasted effort. I'm trying to be nice to you. And whenever I say, don't go after an old man, like it bothers me so little. That whenever you come at me like this, it just makes you look really, really, really bad. I mean, if you're attacking the guy in a small school bus, how does that look for you? I mean, I hope this is the last I hear from you, which we know that it wasn't. But if you wish to engage, I will report you for elder abuse. Maybe. If I feel abused, which, I've got lots of bruises and damn bug bites all over my fucking arms. Or you could just find a hole to crawl back into and go screw yourself with all the vigor that you decided to attack me. It was pretty simple. I didn't want to have anything to do with this guy. And I think I've made my point very clear. If you don't like the stuff I cover, the content that I do, I don't care if you're her client or anything. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Because I'm not talking about this guy. I don't know who this person is. And the fact that they wanted me on here on this shitty little channel. I've whenever you look at the whole of YouTube and how many channels there are, I am like a pinprick of a butthole somewhere on the outskirts of YouTube. Like the amount of followers I have, and I appreciate every single one. I really do, but I am like hardly even a glimmer in YouTube's eyes. They don't give two diddly squats about me. Don't make money off of this. I'm just doing this for the fun because I find it interesting. And so whenever you come at me with this kind of stuff, like, you want to be on my channel, really? Like, are you that low in life that you have to come onto this lowly channel that really doesn't do much of anything except for talk about things that interest this weird fuckhead? But yet you want to be on my channel? Like, no, that's like YouTube know what not to do 101. Don't beg to be on people's channels. You don't do that. Don't do that. That's so crazy. You think Bubbles is plain syndrome? I don't care. See, that's the thing. I don't get Bubbles does not register on my people of that I need to be concerned with. Ever. I mean, he showed up in my chat today. I'm like, hey, Bubbles, whatever. Don't care. I don't have my channel was not created to go and attack people. My channel, whenever I started my channel, was to cover shit that I found interesting. Believe it or not, when I first started my channel, I wanted to talk about cooking and working on cars. Those are two things I actually do know about. I know how to cook some really damn good food, and I know how to fix cars. That's what I wanted to cover. But there wasn't a whole lot of interest for that. Notice me. Yes. The only channel now is the Toothless. Yeah, he gets on Toothless channel all the time. I guess. I don't know. I still haven't watched any Toothless. Oh, I take that back. I did watch some Toothless stuff because it's like, who in the hell is Toothless? I gotta figure this out. And then I was like, oh, okay. I get their shtick. I really do. I get the Toothless shtick. And it works. It works because they get a lot of views off of people that hate the Hales. Kudos to you. It is fine. Do that. I mean, that bring the hate to spread it around. I guess. Oh no. I mean, if that's what you want to do. I mean, there are better ways of doing this, you know, to make a name for yourself, like maybe create other content or have like some thought. I mean, you can always come out as, you know, acting like trailer park trash, you know, like a woman that's been smoking way too much. Like way too much. Got almost that Marge Simpson voice. I was like, I remember these kinds of women. Yeah, I met lots of these girls in California whenever I was in the music business. Yeah, I met people like that. It's really typical thing that you'll see in a lot of places. California, Atlanta, Chicago, New York. Name all the big cities that have any sort of music scene. Memphis, Nashville, whatever. Name your music city. Name your music city where music is coming out of. And you see the same kind of people. They are leeches. They will latch onto you and tell you all of the things. You're so great. You're so wonderful. I can do so much for your career. just let me in and I'll take control. Have you ever seen Spinal Tap where the girl takes control of the band and then the band just sort of, that's the type of person that these are. They are the type of people that are leeches, and bad leeches at that, because they hit that wall where they've really not done anything. And I'm not saying that they're bad people, just they've got really shitty business. And it's really typical of these, I don't know how to put it, like really low bred. Like they did this shit to like piss mom and dad off and found that they can actually make a living off of it. And so they basically see how many musicians they can screw. They're like one step above a groupie, but not much more than that. I mean, they've swallowed so many semen that they could sink a ship. It is insane. It is insane. And I don't have any tolerance. I mean, I think the thing that really, once it was pointed out to me, you know, I was like, oh, they're the crystal readers. They know all about crystals, rocks, geologists. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I've met these people before. I'm an old fucker. I told you this before multiple times. I'm an old retard. Old retards like us, we notice all this kind of shit. We see it all the time. We've seen it multiple times. There's a reason why I've got these crappy guitars up behind me. It's because they make it look better than just a blank wall. No, I can actually play, and yes, I've done stuff in playing music. I've met a lot of musicians and talked with a lot of musicians, and I've dealt with people like the toothless pods, whatever. I can't tell if it's I cannot tell if it's a transvestite or a dude. That's how bad it is. It's not their fault. Not their fault. You know, at a certain age, the voice changes. That, and, you know, lots of stuff like that really changes, but it's okay. Got no problem with them. They're doing their thing, and I'm fine with that. But if they want to come on to attack me, that's just pointless. I mean, it really is. And it's sad. Me in a punk rocker outfit? Okay. You have to understand, back in the 90s, I had a mohawk. Right? And no, I did not use egg whites. Because I was a little bit too young for that. So yes, I was a punk rocker. I had my nose pierced, septum, right here. I had the bull ring in the nose. I had my ears are still pierced. I still have like 8 piercings. At one point in time, I pierced one of my nipples. Yeah, that was painful. Never did the belly button. I have tattoos, 13 of them to be exact, over my body, and some of them I'm not too proud of, and they say some pretty vulgar shit on there. Yeah, I mean, I've done stuff that's like, I've got scars from, you know, smashing my head into a trailer bed, trailer tractor bed. Yeah, there you go. Egg whites were a mess, but they work so damn well. Yeah, I've got plenty of leather, and I've, you know, done some pretty horrible shit in my life to other people. But yeah, you have to understand, at some point I grew up. I said, you know what? I still have the same attitude. I still have that same outlook on life of pretty much screw the system. And that's why I don't like it whenever somebody tells me that I need to, you know, need to be part of the system, and my content has to sway to somebody's liking or disliking. That's not me. I mean, I appreciate that chat loves what I'm doing, and that's what we want. 72, an old hippie. Man, I love the old hippie. See, that's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, punk rockers don't like the hippies, and hippies don't like the punk. Man, fuck, much respect, dude. The old hippies were my favorite. Matter of fact, there was a guy down on, you know, here's the thing. And this is a perfect example what changed my attitude about the whole music being business, the whole music scene. It was an old hippie on what was it? So you had Hollywood and Vine, and on the corner of Hollywood and Vine you had the Taft Building. Right below the Taft Building, inside, I guess it would be part of the Taft Building, there was a storefront, and this guy sold tie-dye shirts. That's what his business was. Old hippie. And he had been there, oh Jesus, he'd been in that city since what, the 50s or some crap like that. He'd been around forever. This guy was old then. He's my age now. And I stopped in because I thought the tie-dye looked really cool, and it had all these cool sayings on it. It was pretty cool. So I went in there, I started talking with this guy, and of course I didn't have my mohawk at the time. I just had it pulled back in a ponytail. But I still had my septum pierced, and he just sort of laughed, and I said, I looked at him, I was like, well, that's pretty rich coming from you. And he was just like, oh, and he goes, I don't dispute what I am. I'm a total little hippie. He goes, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you. He goes, you're here to make it big in Hollywood, whatever it might be. It could be you're going to become a world famous guitar player, drummer, singer, rock star. You're going to become a world famous actor. You've got something unique. He goes, oh, let me tell you about something unique. He goes, there was this band called The Doors. Really, really unique. He goes, not a bit. He goes, there were at least 50 other bands that were doing the same shtick, that were wearing the leather pants, getting up on stage, reciting poetry, morose. Some looked like Jim Morrison, some didn't. They were all doing the same thing. They had the same sound. They sounded exactly the same, like a step away from Beatnik. He goes, and if you don't believe me, son, he said, look around next time you're out at a music venue. Look around and tell me, how many bands do you see out there that sound and look just like whatever your favorite band is, whether it's Guns N' Roses, some Space Jam band, or some vampire band, or whatever it might be. He goes, they all sound the same. They all look the same. They all hang around with the same people, screw the same girls. He said, it's just a matter of time before one of them becomes famous. They all look like the next Poison, the next Great White, the next whatever is the big thing. Some of them make it big, some of them won't. He said, there's 15 million musicians here in Los Angeles, and even more actors than that. He said, how many do you think actually get paid for the work they do? He said, now, if you want to make some money, he said, find a bunch of idiots and sell them fucking tie-dye t-shirts. That changed my outlook on music. That old guy changed me. So, yeah, all my brothers have a few copies too. There's only one Primus, though. Well, there is only one Les Claypool, but no, there's plenty of Primuses out there. You've just never heard of them, Jeriah. That's the thing. You've never seen them. You have to understand that MIT and GIT are right there. Whenever I say MIT, I mean music, something rather. There's a Guitar Institute and Musicians Institute, and these are people that come there and actually study music, like impressive amounts of music. That is their life. They're paying somebody to teach them how to play like Les Claypool. Les Claypool was not unique. Matter of fact, a lot of his stuff that he ripped off from Jaco Pastorius. So no, he was not spectacularly unique. He just put a different spin on it, and that's what made it unique. So you have to understand that there's a lot. Same way with YouTube. How many YouTubers do you know that cover the same stuff that I cover? I can off the top of my head, I can think of 15, just off the top of my head. And that's only because I have a few subs. There's other people that don't have as many subs that are covering it. And some of them probably have a better outlook on it than I do. I mean, we all like to think that we're special or something, more glorious than everybody else, but in truth, we're not. We're just doing this sometimes for the fun, sometimes for the money. Depends on how you market yourself and all that kind of stuff. I've always been horrible at marketing. There go. I have all the guitars and no gold albums behind me. I'm all about having the fun of it. But the fun of doing this is what draws me into it. So yeah, whenever I get this guy that wants to come on and troll me, does it bother me? No. It's just another day. I make my money from writing depositions and crap like that, writing out questionnaires and filling out applications, properties, and dealing with that kind of stuff. That's how I make my money. I don't make money off of YouTube. It's there. I mean, I don't have any objection. People are like wanting to pay to see the stuff that I do. I make cool music. Robert Johnson was excellent playing Facing the Wall. Yeah. Sip of lip sync singing. I don't know what that is. Smoking from a shisha is very blunt. But no, I'm like I said, that's if you people are wondering, what it is about me that drew Bubbles to me to start calling out this stuff, it's only because I'm covering what the Hales. He wouldn't have said jack squat to me because there's no point. I'm just a moron that gets on here and covers stuff that I find interesting. And, I talk about news, I talk about politics. And I mean, I don't expect people to agree with me or disagree with me. Let's hang out. Don't waste money on concerts anymore. Oh, well, see, Taz, I will say there is a aspect of seeing a good concert. I went, and it's also going with somebody that you like being with. Like I went with my wife not too long ago to see the Pixies. Not like my favorite band or anything like that, but they have some pretty good songs and stuff that I really like. So went with my wife and we had a good time at seeing the Pixies. I'm trying to think who else we saw recently. I can't remember, but yeah, it was cool because I got to talk with a ex-member from Catfight, which I knew back in the day. And I didn't know that I knew her husband also. And I mean, it was cool. It was wonderful. So, I mean, I've worked with a lot of musicians in the Atlanta area. Some of them just mainly passing through, but yeah, I've done stuff like that. But am I like this world famous rock star or some crap like that? No. I don't know. Most of them probably couldn't even tell you who in the hell I am. I think that's whenever you become impressed, whenever you have a world famous musician going, that's my buddy over there, so and so. Okay, cool. But anyhow, well, let's get back to this deposition. It's just about, but I figured I would show that for all you fine people that were wondering about that. Get back to this deposition. We'll finish this one out, and then tomorrow I've got some other stuff. All right, Cash, you have a good night also. And I doubt that Bubbles will be reaching out to me again. I think I scared him off with my last email. But if he does, I guarantee it will be just as sarcastic as I can possibly be.
That's in danger.
What's that voice in sight? Last I checked, no one's pulled out any firearms on them. Huh. Me? Yes. Them? No.
Ma'am, are you refusing to answer the questions and pleading?
I want you to stop badgering me. I object to you badgering me.
Asking you questions is not badgering, ma'am. I'm trying to clarify your answer. I want to make sure I understand because there may be a different issue now come up. When you say you're pleading the fifth, is the only reason why you have pled the fifth? Throughout this deposition today, is because you feel you're being harassed, and that's the reason for your grounds for invoking the fifth, and not
No, because I have a right
again.
not
You
to
just did
have
it
you
again.
incriminate
Ma'am,
me.
you just did it again.
You
have-
just asked me a question.
I
Are you
didn't
not
finish-
doing this because you feel
didn't-
like you are being harassed?
I didn't finish the question. So
You
again,
paused.
no, there's no reason other than to delay this deposition. There's no reason. There is no because.
Oh
So,
my God.
To make
Why?
a record, which is what we're doing, and so it's clear. If I
Why
ask a question
is she
and I'm not
doing
finished with it,
this?
and you start answering, it's going to be a problem. So
You did quit. You stopped.
No, you didn't. Let's try it again. And here I go. Many times today, you've said I plead the fifth. Is there any time you have pled the fifth for any other reason other than to avoid incriminating yourself?
Every time I've pled the fifth, I've done it because you can turn and twist what I say into things that I've not done. You've already done it. You've already asked me things and then turned around and said, so isn't it true that you really did do this? That's why I'm pleading the fifth. Under the Constitution, I have the right not to incriminate myself, not to, and just because you plead the fifth doesn't mean it's because I'm afraid I'm incriminating myself.
Oh, teach us the law now, LIEnette. You become law tubes now. That's the other thing. I've heard this stuff passed around that I'm part of law tubes or some. I'm not. As much as people want to put me in there, I'm not law tubes at all. I know very little of the law, but I know that she's wrong.
It's because you could twist and turn things into something that I said or did that I didn't mean. And
No, you can't twist or turn anything that you didn't say into something else. Now, you can do that on your own, but he's just calling it sweetheart out.
that's what you're doing.
Ma'am, so again, I want to make sure we're clarifying this because we're going to bring this up with the judge. So that's your understanding of the Fifth Amendment? You think you can invoke the Fifth for any other reasons or other reasons other than to avoid self-incrimination?
No, it's to avoid self-incrimination by you twisting and turning what I say, which you are. You're badgering me to get me to say what you want by saying it 50 million ways. That's what you're doing.
So you're refusing to answer the question by invoking your rights under the Fifth Amendment about
I already answered your question. You asked me
interrupted me
if
again.
those
You
were
just did
from
it.
his people. I said yes.
Let me get it out again. You almost had it. If you hadn't interrupted, we would have been moving on. So please let me get to the last sentence out. Wait for a millisecond before if I'm talking, you need to do it. You need to make a record. So we're trying it again. And I'm trying to move on, or I'll stay on this. I have other questions here, but I'll move on if you just answer one or the other. I'm
That's
just
right.
not clear, so I'm going to get clear. Because now I think you clarified it. And I'll move on because you said you understand that when you invoke the Fifth, it's to avoid incriminating yourself for any reason. You understand that, right?
Whatever you say.
Is that your understanding?
I don't understand what you're saying. So whatever you say.
Then we're going to explain it. You know what? It's even going to be better. Let me do this for you.
I don't need to read it. I'm not mentally.
Okay, you don't need to read the Fifth Amendment? Okay, so
Nope.
how do you understand it then?
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, I gotta hear that again. That was awesome. She just said she's not reading. I'm not a reader. I'm not mentally challenged. But I am. Are you making fun of me?
Whatever you say.
Okay, then we're going to explain it. You know what? It's even going to be better. Let me do this for you.
I don't need to read it. I'm not mentally.
Okay, you don't need to read the Fifth Amendment?
I can't see that again. I want to even slow it down. Awesome.
I don't understand what you're saying. So whatever you say.
Okay, then we're going to explain it. You know what? It's even going to be better. Let me do this for you.
I don't need to read it. I'm not mentally.
Okay, you don't need to read the Fifth Amendment? Okay, so
Nope.
how do
Oh, okay. Oh, but I am. I am both are tired and mentally challenged. Oh, I even had, this is how bad I am. One of the shops I worked in, they asked me what my name was. I told them Lloyd. They were just like, Lloyd. I was like, how you spell that? I said with 2 L's. Llyot. You know, like Mongoloid. Dude looked at, my name isn't that. So a lot of the gigs I would play, I would wear one of my uniform that said Lloyd on it. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Understand it then.
Sir, you are twisting and turning my words and then making them come out to whatever you want. And I have a right for you not to do that. Because then you can go to the judge and say, well, no, she said this and she said that when I did not say it.
But you
So
did.
you've already done it. You've
don't
already
answer-
lied and said that I've said certain things that I did not say.
So
You've already lied.
You're refusing to answer the questions, invoking the Fifth Amendment, because
I've not.
again, this is truly going to be an amazing thing. I don't know how many times you've interrupted me so far. I've lost count. So we're stuck, and we're going to keep going. I am going to go here till as long as I can, and we're going to go. We're going to. If we don't finish, we're going to continue this tomorrow. And so we're going to have to continue it again. Whatever to do, we're going to continue it as soon as possible. This is not a situation where you can wait out the clock by keep on interrupting me. So I'm just trying to make crystal clear. You have said, let's turn it the other way around. Since you don't want to read it, the Fifth Amendment, let's turn it the other way around. You feel, or you believe that when you say, I have the right to not answer your questions under the Fifth Amendment because I feel I'm twisting your words. Is that your understanding of the Fifth Amendment?
Not just that you're twisting my words. You're badgering me to say things that are not true. And I have the right under the Fifth Amendment not to be forced to do that.
That's not how it works.
I told you at the beginning, I've asked you to tell the truth.
I am telling the truth. That's all I've done.
So just tell the truth. Self-incrimination. How do you understand that phrase?
Oh, God. She doesn't know.
Yeah.
We
I don't
broke
know how
her.
to answer your question. I'm sorry.
Well,
I don't know how to answer it.
it's important because you kept saying I take the Fifth.
I don't know how to answer it.
Again, this is truly an incredible thing. When you say, we're just trying to understand what you're saying. That's all. So you said, I take the Fifth, I take the Fifth, I plead the Fifth, all that stuff. I'm trying to understand what that means. And how do you understand that? And so you said, you just answered, Madam Court Reporter, please read back her answer where she said, not only can I invoke the Fifth.
She's sucking on that straw.
Please
Just
read the question and answer. We'll take a minute.
Okay, one moment, please.
Where she said, not only.
oh. God. I am not retired, mentally challenged.
I need a couple-minute break. I have to use the restroom.
Okay, I'd ask a minute, you don't discuss your testimony with anybody during the break? No, it's now, well, there's a question pending, the court report is pending, so,
Right.
okay, well, she's looking it up. We'll come back in, how long do you need, ma'am?
Like 5 minutes. That's all I need.
We'll go off the record. Ma'am, court reporter, sorry, Jack.
One moment. Sorry, I was getting ready to do my feedback. So it's echoing.
Oh, God. She just,
The time is 2:43 p.m. We're off the record.
I guess that blue bucket was calling. Now, LIEnette has been lying about everything. She's caught in all of these lies now pleading the Fifth so she doesn't incriminate herself. You can't bring a case against somebody, plead the Fifth on everything. You don't get to do that. So she's not bringing any evidence. She's pleading the Fifth. And now what does that do for the case? Well, there was never any evidence anyway. There is no case. But we're doing this in preparation for federal court. But her deposition for federal court will be days long. So will Crook.
Yes.
And it's right around the corner. But we're nowhere near done with this deposition. It's just starting to get good.
good comedy from her. Oh, my gosh. Yes, it is. This is such good comedy. Oh man. Oh man. Like I can't even. She popped a pill on camera. Yes. That's what it looked like. That's why she needed a break. Oh. Oh my gosh. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm still here. Oh, thank you guys for hanging out with me while I go over these depositions. It's always appreciated. You guys don't have to take all the time and patience to join in my stupidity. I'm so glad that you do. I'm so glad that you guys come out and hang out and support the channel. It's awesome. It really is. And I feel very blessed that I get your attention just for a short period of time, as retarded as I can be. Oh, thank you so much. I've got a stream that I'm going to be setting up for the morning. Of course, it will be politics. If you don't like talking about politics or hearing about politics or the crazy crap that I do at the wee hours of the morning, then I'm just giving you the heads up. It is going to be politics. So, not a bad thing. We try to make fun of all of it. But there's stuff that happened over the past couple of days, past week, that I've been out and about. I appreciate it. All you fine people, have a wonderful day and evening, whatever it might be, wherever you might be. And I'll see you guys in the morning for those that come by. If not tomorrow, I have something else that I've been meaning to cover. I just have been so out of town, so I haven't been able to. Tomorrow I'll be covering some of the Dalton stuff that's happened. Should be a good, interesting one. It is nowhere near as crazy as LIEnette can be, but it is the total makings of what started, the path for Jeremy Hales and all of the craziness that was happening at the town hall meetings. So has a lot to do with a particular mayor. It is probably the most corrupt city in the United States at this point, and there's a lot of them. This one Hales in comparison. And you'll definitely want to catch up on it. So I will be covering that tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful night, and just know that I'll be sending you guys up for expert. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on that old fart. He's not that old. Make sure that you give him some love, show him some love and support. He's good people, and he's probably going to be covering the coin pushers because that's what he does on Wednesday. He shall have a good night. Later.
George, psst. Are you ready to show everybody where our new home is?
Before we show you, we want to show you why the Hales would we buy where we bought.
What did you say?
I said, Jeremy, I'm a huge fan.
George is out in the parking lot. Look at that. Am I on the naughty list?
When we don't even drink it. There was one improvement. I actually received this bill 1 day after its due date. Every meeting. And you're gonna bring the police to remove me. I didn't start this war with the neighbors, but I fully intend on winning it.
I can't, sir. I cannot hear you very well. Not at all. I